Good morning.
Good morning.
We're at the Zbrush Summit 2017 here on Nomen's campus.
And this is our third one me and Jessica have been doing here, so
Only
always a
three?
pleasure. Always a pleasure. So today we're coming with the competition that's basically the Olympics of digital sculpting. So
It's some serious business up in here.
is.
You can feel the tension.
There is a lot of tension and a lot of fans running right now. Lots of fans. And I saw a lot of people doing this, like just exercising their hands.
Zbrush
before they got it.
calisthenics.
Yes, yes. Those stress balls. So today we are having our Sculpt-Off here. So as we have not done in the past, we are having a whole separate day just for this event. And then the summit will take place in the next 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be delivering the presentations and things like that.
Oh, that's true.
But today is 100% on the Sculpt-Off. So we have a group of 12 artists right now that are getting ready. They're getting warmed up. We have 6 organic contestants and 6 hard surface contestants, and they're about to battle it out.
Now, are we doing all organic at once and all hard surface at once, or are we mixing it up a little?
It is a mix today. So we have 12 contestants here, and they're a mixture of both.
Something
blended
for
in.
everyone.
Something for everyone. So we'll hit on some of the hard surface ones and the organic and give you the play-by-play as the 3 hours here counts down. Now, once again, the time limit for this is 3 hours. So these artists here today, they are starting from nothing. They have a few base meshes that they are starting from, and then they're going live. And then in 3 hours, they will have a finished image completed and finalized, and this will be put up at zbrushcentral.com for you guys to vote on. Now, the contest today, the theme, because we haven't announced this yet.
Oh, yes. It's a good theme.
The theme is Down the Rabbit Hole. So our contestants have to create an existing character from Alice in Wonderland, and they have to do it as a hard surface version or an organic version with their own little twist on it. So it should be pretty exciting.
That's super exciting.
We're also, for this year, it's going to be completely anonymous. So we're not going to be displaying any names of the artists that are working on the pieces that you're seeing on screen. We will probably give them nicknames at some point, I'm sure. But it was going to be a completely anonymous here. So we're going to just go through and look at just the art as the art. So let's get to the contestants so we can see which ones are here.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about who's sculpting for
Well, I think
us
we're getting a
today.
video. We may get a video. Let's see. Roll it, please. And we're back.
That was quick.
That was quick.
We've got some great people sculpting here
We
today.
do. Very good amount of people. So before this, they've already started on their 3 hours. So we're going to go ahead and just start this timer too, and we're going to do a delay. We'll do a more magical countdown towards the end of the event as well, but we're going to start this up here. And Jessica really wants to ring this
They brought me a
bell
bell.
here. Grab the bell. Can you show the bell? Let's bring the
yeah.
bell in here and get this going. And we're just going to key this off. Look at this thing. It's the ringside bell. This thing's really loud.
I'm super into this.
So Jessica's going to give it a ring, and we're going to start the countdown here.
All right, get your button ready.
Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Told you it was loud.
That was so loud.
Oh, so loud. All right, so before we get showing you what they've already started working on, let's give a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors that we have for our event here. So we have a terrific list of sponsors that are contributing to help us bring the Sculpt-Off to life. So first we'd like to thank Form Labs.
We've got Moon Ray.
Keyshot.
And my favorite, Rackham.
And once again, we are coming live from the Nomen campus. And they're graciously allowed us to use one of their classrooms here for the event today as well.
I am a Nomen alum, so I spent a lot of time in this lab. freezing though, so I'm very surprised at how warm it is here today.
We're cranking the temperature down. There's a lot of fans in here. I've been trying to get it low. We might have to play with that a little bit.
I brought a jacket.
Okay, that's good. All right, so once again, after the contest stops, we will start the voting on ZBrush Central, and you can go to zbrushcentral.com to vote on that. There'll be a little pip that will appear here during the stream as well, which will give you that information. And this one here that says we'll be back at 4 p.m. is not correct. Okay. So, all right, so let's get to the streams of these people. So let's first go to
the overview?
Yes, we're going to go to the overview of the organic contestants. So I'm just going to switch to that here quick. And here we have our 6 contestants in this first group. So these are all our organic contestants. And once again, we're not going to be telling you which image or which picture-in-picture contains which artist's work, because it's going to be more of an anonymous process. But these are where they're at right now. And so the contestants had a choice of 6 base meshes or any of the primitives inside of ZBrush, or a Z-sphere that they could start from. So we restricted a lot of the base mesh creation options for this to kind of limit it down and give it more of a start from pretty much nothing aspect of this.
I actually really love seeing people start from like a really, really basic something and create a magical end result. So I love how many different methods people are starting out with right now today.
It is, and it's really interesting to see how they all handle things differently for the starts. You see a lot of silhouette building on some of them. Mm-hmm. Some of them are in refining forms already, so it just depends on what the artist's taste is. So,
from this, can you tell what characters people are jamming on right now?
Not yet, not yet.
Do you think we're going to get any caterpillars with this?
I hope so. I hope we get some caterpillars. I'm going to go with a lot of Cheshire Cats. I think that's what we're going to get. Maybe some cards, some cards there.
Oh, that could be really cool.
Oh, we got some cats coming up on one. So one's definitely going to be a cat.
You saw cats?
I saw cats.
Good eye. Good eye. Oh, there's cats.
More cats. So we'll zoom into these two as well. So let's go back to us real quick, and we just want to talk quickly about what they're going to win here. And one of the great things on this is that there are these gigantic belts. So let's pull these down here.
These true championship belts.
The championship belts. And these are the real deal. They're heavy. Like, this is not a lightweight thing. I mean, we've got one of our contestants here today that will be in group 2, which is Furio. And Furio currently has 2 of these. So
what does he do with them all?
I don't know. I think he's got shoulder gauntlets, and then I think he's trying to win that 3rd one to go across the mid area. So just protecting all the vital organs with the ZBrush Championships belts. I think this is the way he's going. So these are the honored, I guess, the top tier prize. Tier prize.
This is the most important prize.
The coveted championship belts.
Yeah, can you think of the bragging rights? Just like walking into your job interview.
You got to carry them everywhere.
Carry them everywhere. I'll have you know.
Have you know. Here it is. Here's my belt. Let's get that out of the logo there.
Put it on your desk.
All right, so let's go to the hard surface guys here, and we can see those guys all working out. This is where they're at in their starting. So once again, we had simple base meshes and then primitives inside of ZBrush. So I see we got some panel grouping happening in the lower corner there. So poly grouping.
Yeah, already picking up poly groups.
We got some
That
masking
means they're definitely a hard surface modeler.
Yes. So these are all the hard surface contestants here, so all 6 of them.
Nice.
Doing various things. We got a mannequin over there that's posing. All sorts of interesting.
Already prepping for the final pose. Now, I'm a big fan of sculpting and then posing, but there is a lot of value in getting your final image and pose and then sculpting onto that.
You get that, silhouette filled out. So we're going to go through a little bit of random on our hard surface guys here and just get a little bit closer look at what they're doing. So I'm just going to hop into a few of these. So we got some skull things there, and they were restricted to the assets that were inside of ZBrush. So the primitives you're seeing here, such as the skull, is built into one of the IMM brushes that's included.
Very nice. Well, this means that what you see here is something that you can definitely
do
at
home.
You can do,
yes, exactly.
And follow along even.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's one of the nice things. We're trying to take it down to that base level and just show you how talented this group of contestants is.
Oh my goodness.
Just as much as they can do in that 3-hour period of time. Now, we did give them the topic of the Sculpt-Off here, which was down the rabbit hole. They did get a little prep time for that.
How long of a prep time did they get to like kind of think of all the ideas?
Yeah, think of all the ideas, and a lot of the guys have done a lot of training. So if you think about it, yeah. So as you would with an Olympic event.
They're like, this swirly smile, I'm going to practice 20 swirly smiles today.
Yes, exactly.
Just to perfect.
Just perfecting it, yeah. And so a lot of them have gone through, and they've probably sculpted part of this model like multiple times, hundreds of times.
Well, like a lot of folks want to prepare themselves, like the Olympics, for the best possible performance that they can fit it in 3 hours.
Yes.
Like, you really need to get a handle on what you're going to create so that you know what's possible in 3 hours to win that prize.
That's right.
Well, speaking of the prizes...
Printers. We got printers.
They can print this!
And then, of course, the belts. And so, once again, that was from our gracious sponsors, which are Formlabs, Moonray, Keyshot,
and Wacom.
Wacom. And then, of course, Nomen for letting us use their buildings and their classrooms for our events. So thank you to all our sponsors. So here I've switched to another hard surface contestant here.
I love how he's approaching it in like an organic way, and then probably is going to like pull out
block
pieces.
out of it, yes.
There's so many ways to do hard surface modeling in ZBrush now that it's just really cool to see.
Yes,
how
because you can
everybody
break it down
approaches
in the traditional sense, where you can go through and just do it as you would make hard surface characters with clay, or you can even come in and start modeling it out now. Another thing to note is that we are watching the Twitch chat here, so if you have any questions or anything, Jessica is there monitoring as well.
I'm hunting it a little bit.
Hunting through it. So, and we also have Kyle, and I think A-Cube's on here too, so quite a large group of people that can help answer questions. So if you see anything that's getting done in the Sculpt-Off today, you can definitely go through and hit us up on our Twitch chat there. And we'll be able to hopefully answer those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And just once again, a couple of people were asking, the theme this year is Down the Rabbit Hole, Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
So fantasy.
Yes.
My favorite theme.
And all the contestants too were asked to take their own twist on the characters as well. So they were able to pick one of the characters from Alice in Wonderland and then generate a hard surface or an organic version of that. So we got a lot of Z-sphere manipulation here with a mannequin posing hands.
This is really cool. And how fast?
Yes.
Well, it has to be fast.
It has to be fast.
He only has
3 hours.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, that's right. We're already down. This timer is a little bit off, too. I think our timer's a little bit off. So 11 o'clock, we told them they could start, and we were delayed a little bit.
Well, okay, so they're 12 minutes in.
They're 12 minutes in, yes.
That's not bad.
Yes. But for 12 minutes, this is pretty amazing for what people are doing. So I'm just going to keep going through these here. So we got some more cutting in. Some panel grouping. Spaceballs is not in Alice in Wonderland.
But it could be.
It could be an eyeball.
Oh.
A leg joint, socket joint.
I don't want to spoil anything by trying to guess what somebody's up to this early in the game. I'm just really loving that they're starting from a sphere and really like figuring something out.
And look, already retopologized, dynameshing it, doing some crazy stuff in there.
That's very cool. I think that they're using like kind of a Boolean method, right? So they started out with a sphere and maybe inserted something.
They could have, yes. Oh, yes, yes. There you go.
Ooh, it's going to be a card.
The new live Boolean system inside of ZBrush 4R8.
I think they can hear us, which is why he's like, let me show you.
Let me show you what it is. We're going to go through some more of these here. We got 2 more hard surface screens, and then we'll pop back over to the organic side.
Right on. Okay. You know how
Definitely
I said that I was
masking.
like, I don't want to guess? I think this is going to be a Cheshire Cat.
You think so?
Ooh. Or the March Hare.
The March Hare. Oh, it could be the March Hare.
Of all the characters, what are your favorites?
I have to say Cheshire Cat. I think that's where I'd go. That's where I'd go. If
like
I was, if you were going to do it, what would you do?
There's so many. Oh,
and you can only pick one.
You know the singing flowers in the Disney cartoon?
Yes.
Big fan. I think the whole tea party. The mouse. Mm-hmm. The dormouse, right?
Dormouse.
Yeah.
There's 2 mice. No, there's only one mouse.
No,
the
dormouse
and
lives
then
inside the.
Yes.
And then there's been a number of movies. Now I wonder what folks here are more inspired by: the old-timey cartoon or the recent movies,
or the books.
The old-timey books. Okay, yeah.
There were illustrations in there. They were black and white.
Yeah. That totally counts. Very imaginative.
All right, so Let's go back to us here quick. So here we are. I didn't give Jessica a warning.
Not at all. I was like,
No makeup this time, no makeup. So once again, they only have 3 hours, and you are live here at the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off. We also have a series of events that are coming up in the next few days. And so on Friday, we can get a glance at what the schedule is coming up for this.
there are a lot of good classes this weekend. Some super talented people here now, and some super talented people giving presentations.
Yes, lots of stuff. So here they should be popping up. Here we go. So October 6th, we've got a bunch of presenters.
Ooh.
So all sorts of stuff. And this will all be streamed live. So the same channel you're watching now for the Sculpt-Off, which is zbrushlive.com. You can tune in and catch all of these live. If you are in California, you can travel here to the Nomen campus, and you can join us here as well and take part in the on-site presentations. So you can be here on-site for free, no charge.
Oh, yeah.
Across these days, and then you can also just stay home. So some people like to come Friday, Saturday, and then they stay home on Sunday.
Yeah, pajamas are very tempting on the weekends.
They are, they are.
But no, if you can make it down, you should definitely come to the Nomen campus.
It's good times. We'll be here. You can yell at us. Say hello. All right, so let's go back to our organic side. So we just went through all the hard surface ones, a little bit one-on-one, so you guys can see the larger view of this. And here's how the organic side is progressing. So you can see the different things here. I haven't hit on any pure characters that I'm seeing, 100% recognizable yet.
No, that's true. However, they're all looking really, really sweet.
So we already got texturing happening on one of these.
Oh, we've already got expression, like bottom middle.
Yes. And we're what, how many minutes into this?
Yeah, yeah. You guys did not slack in finding amazing artists this year. We've got some wonderful talent.
And they also had to live with all the restrictions we put on them too.
Yeah, this year we wanted it to be anonymous, and well, that's like kind of sneaky, but it also lets you sort of evaluate every single artist based on the merit of their art.
Yes, so detaching them from who they are, because a lot of these guys are very big names
in
the art industry. Yeah.
Especially after winning multiple times.
Yes,
right?
exactly as well. So kind of keeping it more to focus on just the visual image.
I love the reptilian eye.
Let's see what we can pull up here. So already breaking into this level of stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Did he just grab a picture and pull that in?
I think he brought it in. So he brought it in through Lightbox and then used Lightbox to project the image onto the object.
It totally is poly painted.
And that's just gone directly to the vertices of the model. So no UVs were created, just a sphere, and then just adding that to it with a image.
We don't need no UVs.
I don't need no UVs. I don't like UVs anymore. I'm done with UVs.
Are you like over UVs?
I'm over UVs.
You need to train one of your children to do UVs for you.
That's right. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Child labor.
I got him in Zbrush Core, which is one of our other.
Did you really?
Yeah. So
how do they like it?
He likes messing with. He's made some trucks that kind of look like trucks. So.
Oh.
It's good though.
I've been recommending Zbrush Core to a number of high school students that I've spoken to.
Yes, that's another great application for it. So Zbrush Core is our light version of ZBrush. So it is priced at a lower point, and you can grab it and then try out the core processes and functionality of ZBrush. And then we do have an upgrade path to the professional version as well. So if you grab ZBrush Core and try it out and then find out like, I need a little more bells and whistles, you can definitely upgrade to the final version there. So we're going to just hop through for more of these guys here.
Oh, this guy's wicked looking. He's definitely a Cheshire Cat, like Goblin.
Goblin, yes, definitely, yeah.
Because look at that smile.
So back to the ZBrush Core usage really quick. So you're asking about my son, so I got him using it, and then this year he wants to be a pumpkin head for Halloween. Like, so I have a big pumpkin, he wants a gigantic sword.
You're so amazing at making costumes.
Well, this year I did a little quick one for him, and I showed it to him, and he just like art directed it. He was just like, yeah, that's not really what I want.
Nothing like your own child being an art director.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we get back home, we're going to go probably to the a little more traditional method. I'm going to make him paper mache his own pumpkin head, and then he can design it how he wants. Since obviously my design was not fitting his vision.
You do know that you're going to end up doing it all in the end of it, right?
No, she's pretty good. So
yeah,
should be good with that. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll try. Hopefully, I'll get it done.
Oh, you've got plenty of time.
It's only a month. After the summit.
You have a month.
After the summit. That's true. And I'm talking to a professional next to me. Professional. You make the things, and then you jump in a pool.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a crazy person. I'm like, how can I wear even more fabric underwater?
Underwater.
I love
not breathing.
this guy's eyes. I love his expression.
And once again, already has the eyes done, like establishing that there. And it's just everything that you're seeing here too can all be done with your versions of ZBrush you have. So if you have ZBrush, definitely go in and you can follow along, as Jessica was saying.
I would love to see if anybody in our audience is following along. Just send us like a couple screenshots or just tag us on Twitter.
Oh yes, that'd be excellent.
Hashtag ZBrush Summit action.
And once again, we are monitoring the chats for all the streaming. So if you have any questions, definitely shoot them to us. Send them in there, and then we can respond to those. We can respond to them live. So we have a whole bunch of people following this up. So we got a bunch of our streamers in there. So once again, you're watching us on ZBrush Live, which is our Twitch channel, and regularly, daily, we have people just streaming ZBrush. And we have a whole group, a lineup of terrific artists that stream for us every single day. So you can log into Twitch, just go to ZBrushLive.com, and you can follow people using ZBrush and see what they're doing. You can ask them questions as well. So it's a great resource if you're trying to figure out how to do things in ZBrush or follow your favorite artists. So it's been a really big thing. And Paul and I will also jump on there. We try to do it bi-weekly, so I'll do one and then Paul will do another one. And depending on our schedules, we'll do that. So
that's really a fantastic way just to give back to the community, just like showing how cool things can be doing. Like,
well, it's a lot of fun, yeah.
Very nice.
Because we are used in so many different applications and industries, lots of industries.
That's super true. Everything from like video games and movies, which is the obvious ones, to jewelry
making. Jewelry, yes.
There's more.
There's all the costuming, cosplay, everything. Yeah.
I use it for blocking out just general shapes and getting like a really smart idea of like general patterns and what's needed all the time. Like, it's fast. It's like my favorite tool.
All right, so we got some more progress here. And once again, this is our organic side of things. So we're just going through these guys here, see what they're all working on.
Very cool.
So already established some coloring.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. I think you're right. I think this is definitely Queen of Hearts.
I'm into it.
So let's keep going here. We got some more eyeball creation. We have a lot of eyeball creation today.
Hey, they're really concentrating on making these characters
focus point
like
be the eye.
Yeah, like you're really, as people, we're just like super into
eyeballs.
Other people and like looking into the eyes, you know? It matters.
Just got jars of eyeballs everywhere.
It is Halloween.
It is Halloween.
The month of Halloween.
That's acceptable.
We celebrate it all year long.
Oh, doing some twisting. Ooh.
Oh. I love that use of the tool. I barely ever get to use the swirl tool.
There's a few with the
spiral tool
brushes too. Yeah, you can hit with a lot of the ones that work with fiber mesh. You can actually use them on your meshes too, and they give you some interesting results as well.
Ooh.
Definitely getting the spiral twisting.
Do you think this is going to be the white rabbit?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Because like, look at the teeth.
There is some teeth there. Once again, the topic for the Sculpt-Off here is down the rabble. Down the rabbit hole. So the contestants had to select an existing character from Alice in Wonderland and then recreate them with their own twist.
That is a great theme. You guys are super smart for coming up with it.
Super smart. It took a little while. Lots of back and forth. Lots of back and forth.
I just feel that there's enough characters in Alice in Wonderland that people with hard surface experience and then organic experience can really get excited about it.
Manipulate them pretty well.
Yeah, you can get everything from like female characters, which are always like fun and compelling to do, to like crazy, wild, wacky characters.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's the wild and wacky that allows for a lot of the artistic interpretation of a lot of things. As we saw a minute ago with the spiral eyes. I
thought that was a really clever idea.
We have more of a human take, so not as quite as spirally.
Do you think they're going to do Alice?
Maybe. We've not seen a one that looks like a 100% Alice yet. All right, so let's see if we can get to the overlay here quick of all our contestants in this group. So there we go. So once again, these are all the organic ones. You can see where they are all where they are all at. We're going to learn how to talk by group 2. I'm going to learn how to talk by group 2. It's going to be awesome.
We're doing great. I love how careful we've got up in the top right corner that they are planning out the teeth so that they can all be unique and interesting.
Yes, so not just simply using symmetry. And,
no, exactly.
Yeah.
Like having that level of detail on your character is just, it's really, really smart because you notice and the eye will notice something when it's too perfect.
Yes. Which was with the swirling eyes too, you saw that same thing. The one in the bottom middle, how they just, the offset of the expression, just breaking that symmetrical plane. Gives it more believability.
Yeah, no, it's super true. And I find it really compelling.
Because my nose is a lot longer on the right side of my face.
Have you noticed? You're like, did you like scan yourself and see?
I have actually.
You're like, oh no.
It has not ended up as a piece of art in my backyard though. You guys will appreciate that probably.
I don't know. I think you should print out your own face and like bury it somewhere.
Seems kind of weird though. Buried, just buried.
I don't know. like it's
you sell your
right?
house and you just bury your head in the backyard and have someone else find it.
So somebody was selling their house and they posted on Reddit that they're like, I left a surprise for somebody in 50 years from now because they had to remodel their patio. They uncovered the patio. It hadn't been done in 50 years. So they buried a fake skeleton underneath the patio and then put the boards over it. And they're like, well, it's probably not going to need to be replaced for a couple of years.
But somebody will find
cannot
this.
wait for somebody to find this. I love pranks.
All right, so we're going to our time here. So once again, we're almost at, well, we are past the 30-minute mark.
Yeah,
so we've
it's
been
amazing.
30 minutes in here.
Like, people are doing wonderful, wonderful things. You can already get a clear idea of their characters in just 30 minutes.
Just 30 minutes.
Which means we're in for some really,
Yeah, because
good
we're not
treats.
even halfway through. So once again, we are coming live from the Nomen campuses here, and we'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful group of sponsors that are helping us put together. They're delivering, some of these are giving the prizes, some of them giving the equipment, so just allowing us to make this Sculpt-Off happen.
Yep. Without you, it wouldn't happen.
Correct. So here we are again. We've got Form Labs,
Moonray,
Keyshot,
and Wacom. I had to talk to the guys at that company to figure out how it
how
was
to say it
pronounced.
correct? Yes.
Yeah.
They do pronounce it a little bit differently on both things.
Like Wacom, Wacom.
Wacom, Wacom.
I always said Wacom, Wacom.
So here we go. This is back to our 6 of our hard surface contestants here. And once again, we're keeping this anonymous this year. So if you'd like to find out which contestants are competing right now, you can go to the ZBrush Summit page and go to our group area there, and they'll have all their names on their frame there. We have a few two returning champions that are back this year as well. So Furio is one of them that we talked about earlier. And his current 2 belts.
That's because he's a total champ.
So
Returning
there's a
champion.
lot. I think he has a
Heavyweight.
lot of people gunning for him this year. I think we have.
Already seeing a lot of talent today, so I mean, I'm not naming any clear winner at all. I love everything I'm seeing today.
Excellent, excellent. Paul stopped by. He's yelling at me. I'm doing something wrong.
Quietly yelling.
Just delivering. Just delivering. He said ABBK. ABBK. You're not on camera. Here,
Aw, he
we'll
wants
get
to be
him,
on
we'll get him
camera.
in. There you go. This is Paul.
Just a random head.
At the Sculpt-Off. All right, so we're going to hop into a little bit of close-ups of the hard surface ones here. I'm just going to hop through these guys quick so you guys can see where the status is going on these. Once again, we are monitoring the chat channels here today at the live Sculpt-Off. So if you have any questions or you're like, man, can you really go back and see that one? We may be able to make that happen for you. Could happen.
I mean,
Could happen.
yeah. If you're like,
If you do it nice.
Oh,
If
that
you're-
one that was the thing.
That was doing the thing.
Yeah, I'll scan. I'm scanning right now.
And if you want to know the location of where those fake bones were buried, Jessica might be able to help you out with that too.
We'll have a hidden Drust on Nomen campus.
That's
sometime.
right.
Oh, this skull is really, really cool.
Using transparency here to go in and find the
rabbit.
areas. Oh, it is a
gonna be a
rabbit.
mech
There's some
rabbit.
ears. There's definitely some ears.
So last year I was like, oh, it's definitely like a lion.
And
I
then it was
forgot what
totally something else?
It was super something else. So like, don't necessarily trust me. Just know that I love what I'm seeing.
felt the death rabbit. I'm going to go through a few of these, a little bit more here. So here we got another. Oh, this one's definitely rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Some rabbit here. Definitely some sculpting in there. Once again, these are our hard surface contestants here that you're looking at right now. So we have the two groups, the organic and the hard surface. And each of the groups will have a winner. And so the winner of each of those groups will receive the championship belt that you saw me and Jessica with earlier. Some really cool stuff here. And after both groups go, you will be able to vote on the final images that these guys create. And the voting will be on ZBrushCentral.com. And once again, the voting will also be anonymous. So we will just be displaying the images that were submitted, and then you can vote on these and pick your favorite image out of those.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of everybody sculpting here today.
Yep, and once again, that will be after both groups have gone. So after this one's done, we'll go by and we'll collect the images that the contestants have completed in this 3 hours.
Now, what do you think about the ratio of sculpting to detailing to creating the final image that everybody's going to try here today?
So I'm thinking they're probably going to do as much as they can in the first half of it. Like, so I probably think if I was doing it, I'd say I'd want to be in a comfortable position at that halfway mark where
so
I'm
like
almost
90 minutes nonstop sculpting.
Yes, and then at that point, that's when I'd probably switch to starting working on the final composition, and starting the rendering process, and just getting those last details in. A little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, I think we're going to get like a very exciting next hour and a half, really, of people creating something from nothing, really. They all started with some very basic base meshes.
Yes, it was all, we made them super base this year, so there was nothing that had pretty much any detail. They had only 6 objects they could start from, so, or any of the primitives inside of ZBrush. So we're talking about just spheres and cubes. There was just a silhouette bust base mesh, and then we had some other very simplistic. You could start from the dog if you wanted to, the ZBrush dog.
Is there a dog in Alice in Wonderland? Other than her?
No, you could tuck in the head maybe and turn it into something.
Oh, that's true.
You could chop the head off.
See, look at you, you're creative.
So this one's definitely going robotic. More of the robot feel here with this.
Nice.
Building the silhouettes and the forms.
Did you see when he opened up the top of the head, there was like little balls coming out?
So you think we're gonna have some translucency?
Ooh, I don't know.
A little clear kind of brain. Halloween, back to the Halloween.
Oh,
Visible
yeah.
brain.
Halloween forever. How ZBrush handles like poly modeling now is just so interesting, and it's come such a long way since when I first began.
It has. Well, I remember, I mean, you probably started the same time I did with the polygon, pushing and pulling little vertices around, and then I was like, I just want to sculpt this.
Yep, no, as fast as I could to get to ZBrush,
Yes,
really honest.
exactly.
But I love what he's doing.
Yeah, so just pulling the forms out with the Z Modeler brush, so just generating basic forms and shapes. Another thing nice with this is you can use the dynamic subdivision to come through and establish some creasing. Get
So
those
you think
harsh
this is
edges
the
harsh.
Mad Hatter?
Oh, it might be. Oh, definitely. It could
yeah.
be. But there was a brain, though. This is the one with the brain. So if you're going to put a hat on it, unless he's holding the hat.
Ooh, like tipping
Tipping the hat. Yeah, I like that.
I'm into this.
Or maybe he's inside the hat.
See, this is why I shouldn't guess.
Okay, we're going to the next one so we don't guess too much. Oh.
He is saving, which
He
is a very
That's
intelligent
very smart,
move.
Very smart. All right, so we got another robot here. So this one was the one that was starting with that sphere primitive we saw earlier.
Oh yeah, and then using booleans to put new shapes in and cut shapes out to really create like very nice defined forms.
We're gonna, hopefully it looks like probably doing some symmetrical aspects here. So making one arm and then duplicating it over to the other side. Getting it all working out here.
Oh, nice.
You can see the Z-Modeler brush selected, and we have that IMM bar up the top now, which will allow you to see a different view of your IMM parts. If you're using an IMM brush, you can quickly select through those and change those assets out. So there's some of the handy things that were added in ZBrush 4R8. So we got some masking happening here on this one. There's all sorts of different ways to do masking as well. So we'll There may be some point during the event where I may show some different methods for applying mask.
Oh yeah, are you going to be presenting here this
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
I'm not confirming.
Confirm nor deny.
Nope.
Plausible deniability. No, I think that the masking and refining method is like super key to
And you can see how precise this is too, like just how much time is being spent on this detail here. So it's got to be something that's important to the character as well.
Yep, these are professionals. They care about every little detail.
We have a wide range of the professionals as well. Some are concept artists, so they're probably throwing stuff out really quick, really snappy, really stuff. So they've got
decision-making process.
Only a day to get an asset delivered and looked at. So they don't have much time to waste. Go with the decision and go. It's probably an Alice in Wonderland thing. What's the tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock?
I obviously should have watched the movie in preparing.
I should have too. I read the book.
Did you really?
No, it's been a while.
I read a lot, but I don't know if I've read
I read a book on the plane. They flew me out. I flew out here. My arms are tired, but I read the whole time. Dad jokes.
So cheesy.
Dad jokes. Actually, Paul gave me that one. Blame Paul. It's Paul's joke.
Paul is a dad now.
Yes,
so he's all dad
it's double.
jokes.
It's double with Paul.
Oh, that's true.
You've got Paul joke and dad joke on top of each other. Does that make it better? Who knows?
It makes it more highly concentrated.
So once again, we are streaming on multiple areas on the web today, so you can see the list here, and you can follow us. We are monitoring all the chat channels on these, so if you have any questions or you want to see different things or are curious about what is being shown, definitely hit us up. Jessica is here monitoring our Twitch channel here live, so you go to zbrushlive.com. We also have Kyle, and I think Ashley, A-Cubed, is in here as well, helping us out.
We've got some good helpers. So Cosmic Zord was asking, what kind of hardware setup were the contestants allowed?
These are maxed out for this one. So we have 64 gigs of RAM in these, and they're all new machines that Nomen has just added to their campus here. So the machine specs on these are very, very beefy. So definitely look at a top-tier, top-notch technology here, and that's all on the Nomen campus. And their labs here are absolutely gorgeous. So if you ever had a chance to stop by, definitely get a tour because the facilities here are I really like them. Yeah,
no, super, super fortunate to have this facility be, available for all these artists. Because where else can you host 12 amazing sculptors and live stream it and be prepared and
we're also doing
on hand?
Yeah, and we're doing the workshops this weekend as well, and also the presentations. So our event this week. So today is just the live Sculpt-Off portion of the ZBrush Summit. And our schedule here, if we can pull that up really quick, you can see what's happening on our next 3 days. And once again, these are streaming live across the world. And if you're in the LA area, you can come for free on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and join us here in person. We have a presentation room and the stage. You can come and sit in there and watch the presentation there as well.
There's a lot to do on your computer to join us here, and there's a lot to do in real life.
Yes, in person. And that is a free event for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Nomen campuses here in LA. You can also, as another thing too, I think we have a few of the workshops that still have seats available. And these are some of our presenters and also some of our contestants here in the Sculpt-Off are doing live workshops here for us as well. So all sorts of good stuff with that. All right, so let's hop back over to our organic side here and let's see what they're all working on. So this is where they're at now. So we're getting, well, we're still not halfway yet. Time's flying.
Oh, no. It's only been 40 minutes.
It's only been 40 minutes.
And we already have clear, defined characters
from
everyone.
And a lot of the stuff you guys are seeing, too, they're using a lot of solo and isolation, too. So as you can see, they're just working on the pieces individually, kind of focusing on an asset. And then occasionally you'll see the entire thing pop into view. And we missed some of this here as well because, you may see, what's the bottom corner working on? And then 2 seconds later, we'll switch back and it'll be like, what? Where did that come from? So it's pretty interesting.
All right.
This is definitely Cheshire Cat at the top too. I'm thinking as well.
You were on the money. There's
the
so
eyebrows.
many Cheshire Cats.
It's got a lot of great stuff. It's got the crazy teeth. You can get the crazy eyes.
There's a lot you can take from it, either monstrous or whimsical.
Yes.
There's so much artistic potential.
Because can also use like floats in, you know, illusionary. Like you can do all sorts of stuff. Like
That's
maybe
true.
forms out of wisps or something, or smoke.
Ooh. See, you're
Glowy
excited about
smoke.
this concept.
I was excited about the concept. Not gonna lie. It's like, can I play?
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Little do you know that Joseph, underneath the table here, is one of the contestants.
I'm modeling right
no,
now.
he's not. He's super bad.
We have talked about maybe in the future contest that we do something similar to that. Maybe
Wait, really?
bring in a surprise one, like one to throw it off, right? So you,
A ringer?
a
you
ringer,
mean?
a ringer, or not a ringer. I wouldn't say ringer. Just random. So like maybe bring back, you know, a champion from like a previous year, like a guest appearance or something. So you don't, they're not on the list, they're not on anything, and then they're just magically
Just for funsies?
Just for funsies.
Ah, I like it.
Maybe twist it up. Maybe they set the scope of
Yeah.
what it is, and you have to do like some sort of follow the leader, like playing horse, kind of.
Oh, okay, now that's a crazy new challenge.
Oh, it'd be crazy. We can go anywhere with this.
Yeah, you guys can find a new way to pick a new champion. You just have to decide what the criteria is. How much stress.
Don't scare them away. That's right. All right, so let's zoom in on some of these here quick as we go through here. So here's that Cheshire Cat again.
I extra love the reptilian eyes for this character then.
Creepy.
Well,
Halloween
cats
creepy.
have slit eyes, but I mean, it's got almost an alligator-like quality to it.
So genuine. He's like, I just want to help you. I'm not devious.
Trust me.
Trust me.
Do you think there will be fur added to this character?
Oh,
Since
there
ZBrush
could.
does
Yes,
have
yes.
the
They could
fiber.
totally use the fiber mesh and come through and apply for the entire character. So the contestants are not limited. They can use any of the functionality of ZBrush to finalize this.
And will they be using Keyshot?
Yes,
for the
they can
final
also
render?
they can render in Keyshot. They can render in ZBrush. So they have
Nice.
a majority of options for that as well. So whatever they were comfortable with. So we have allowed them access to a few programs here. And once again, Keyshot is one of our sponsors as well.
I love how terrifying this cat is.
And if you want to see more of this too as well, so you're hopefully watching us now at zbrushlive.com. And ZBrush Live is our live channel. So we have a bunch of stuff on there as well. So during
not just this weekend.
all the time. So we have a whole lineup of great artists that stream for us on Twitch. We also have a series of podcasts you can tune into and listen, where we'll interview professionals in various industries. And you can follow us on our various channels to get more information on these. Or if you would like to, find out these direct links to these things now or anything else, we are monitoring all these chat channels today. So you can just shoot us a question, and we'll get the answers and the direct links to all that stuff for you guys as well. So multiple venues to come through and follow how ZBrush is being used in various industries. And we talked about the industries earlier. Jewelry design, medical field is another huge one.
That is true. Medicine, everything
Prosthetics,
from like
reconstruction, everything.
I actually think that badass prosthetics is the coolest way you can use 3D modeling, 3D printing, and also improve the quality of someone's life.
Yes, and it's really nice the advancing aspects of technology on that, just for the cost effectiveness of it. You can make it lightweight. You can do all sorts of stuff.
And
stylish.
Fit the person's overall physique really,
So you
really
can
well.
scan them in.
Yeah.
Manipulate the scan, do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's very, very exciting. Those are just some of the industries. Also 3D printing, as you mentioned, is another huge one. And some of our sponsors today, such as Formlabs and also Moonray. They are great, have great devices that will allow you to print characters from that. We have a Gnomon gallery set up here on the campus as well for the summit this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that will be open to the public. You can definitely check it out. We have a lot of the contestants have submitted artwork, which is hanging on the walls of the gallery.
Very cool.
And there's also quite a few 3D printed pieces and even finalized toys. So toys is another industry that ZBrush is used quite a lot in. As you can tell, you can sculpt a figure in 3 hours. You can
This is
just
super
need to
true.
print it out.
Oh, and actually one of the best parts about the Boolean systems is how toys all have specific
Articulation and joints.
You can easily get your articulation and joints set up like in ZBrush, so that way you can print it and immediately snap things together. That's so exciting. I love toys.
And yeah, with the live Boolean processes too, it's all, interactive, so you can make the changes on the fly. If you don't like it, you can just move it. So you don't have to fully commit to those articulations well. So you can just see how they're going to look, and then it will allow you to keep the existing topology across those two assets. So after you create your keys, and then you decide, oh, I want to add a little more wrinkle there,
Yeah.
you can just go back to the topology and sculpt on it. So you're not recreating the entire surface topology, it's just changing the topology where the modification of that intersection or that Boolean process happens. So I've been using that a lot for 3D printing stuff, a lot. And that was, I did use it for the little test model I did for my son for the Halloween costume that he then denied.
I take it you really liked the costume that you made for him and are very disappointed.
I did. It was a very, maybe he wasn't just getting the scale. Maybe it was just too small. He's like, I need to see it bigger. This isn't big enough. This guy looks so, he's so like, this has got to be Mad Hatter.
Okay, now what shader do you prefer to use for really, really good-looking skin when you're rendering out a ZBrush?
Red wax, always red wax.
Really?
No.
Because I'm very surprised.
It varies. So I usually like keeping more things in a sculptural aspect, I guess. That's where I usually end up finalizing
So you
out.
don't spend oodles of hours.
I don't spend oodles, yeah. When I was working in the industry stuff, I always had artists that would just throw me under the bus in terms of their magnificent texturing and detailing
I thought you were going to say
skills.
something different.
Oh.
Because I have a lot of artists who then make my stuff look really good.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they take my sculpture and then they'd make it pretty. They put all the textures on it, and I'd be like, "Yep, I can't get to that."
Like my lighter.
This is what you're doing it.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotta
So I was
trust.
always more of a sculptor than a texture artist.
Fair enough. Well, these guys have to be both today.
They do. They have to do both.
Or to an extent, actually. So some folks may just keep their sculpture.
They
in
can still, yep, they can keep it
and
grayscale all the
deliver,
way.
like a cool black and white sort
Yep.
of image, and then others, as you can already see, are diving right into great color palettes
The color
and
palettes
overall
too.
texture and tonal themes. Like this guy's got some like subtle reds and grays to really
Brainstorm,
bring
yeah,
out how zombie-like he is.
Yes.
Do not want to have tea with this guy.
No. And the other restriction we had for the contestants as well is they had to at least sculpt a bust. They can sculpt more if they liked, so they could do a full character, but since we only gave them 3 hours.
It's nice of you to like limit the scope.
Yes, I mean, well, definitely it was their choice. So, because some of the characters you may want to express, a larger silhouette across things, and you can't really just do it with a bust.
Yeah.
But there is that time limit.
The time limit is real. However, every single sculptor here with us today is achieving great things, and we are only 47 minutes in.
Moving along.
Gosh dang.
You get to spend another 2 hours with me and Jessica. I hope you guys are ready. We will take a break in a little bit, not now, but in the future we will take a break, and then we'll let you guys relax from hearing us jibber jabber.
Yes.
So let's keep going down our list here, and we can see where our other contestants are. Hair.
Oh, nice. I love all the different methods for creating hair within ZBrush, and actually think that this is a really valuable thing to like spend a little bit of time watching.
Yes, because this is the way. If I'm doing sculptural hair, this is definitely my choice as well. So this is a IMM brush. That's basically a curve, and you can tailor the curve to determine how you want the tapering to affect.
Nice.
And then it consists of different parts, so you get like a layered hair effect. So as you draw it out, you already have these groups kind of split, and then you can use ZBrush with a topology mask and go in and manipulate those parts individually to kind of break the hair up.
It's really
and
smart
hide it.
because that's how hair works. I mean, it's not just a lot of individual strands, it's chunks and layers and overlapping. You can get some really, really beautiful forms overall. Now, I usually map out like the general overall shape with the slash brush. I love me some slash brush.
What about the damn standard brush?
So I don't use it for hair. Slash allows you to push in and out at the same time, creating that overlapping technique. But damn standard, I mean, it is on my default top row hotkey list of brushes. Like, let's be real.
Well, we do have the creator of the damn standard brush here with us this weekend as well. He's
Really?
actually one of
Not
our
sculpting, or is
Oh,
sculpting?
he will be sculpting. He will be sculpting in our group too.
Okay, so later today.
So later today, you may see that brush being used.
So we've got a question really
He's
fast.
also doing a presentation for us.
Is the brush currently being used a Dylan Ekrin brush?
It potentially might be. Dylan Ekrin has a great hairbrush. I highly recommend it. That's my go-to default for that. You can
Nice.
find it on his Gumroad. I believe he has it shared there.
Oh, I I love how open and sharing all the artists in the ZBrush community are. Like, one with sharing their art that they're creating on the ZBrush website, but then also creating tutorials, countless tutorials, videos, sharing their brushes, sharing their tools. What a great community we have.
That's one of the things that helps the community grow too, just sharing these simple tricks and techniques and stuff. Like, you may have like a block and then you see someone do it and now that frees you up to be more creative.
No, it's super true.
Your art.
That way you're, just by sharing your brushes, it doesn't mean that you're somehow hamstringing yourself or providing the competition with like more ability. You're helping everybody create better art, and then you as an artist can
keep
get
inspired.
More art.
More inspiration, more art, and then just keep going. So
I love the subtle heart on her lips. Like,
it is pretty cool.
For sure, Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
Gosh, she made such a good-looking woman in such a short time.
Oh, here we got another one doing a similar aspect with the heart and lips.
Oh, already in pose though. And I love, even though they're possibly inspired by the exact same characters, the two different directions they're taking it mean you get so much more out of this entire competition. I love artists' brains. Yeah, that pose. I think she's going to be creepy.
Yes, like kind of like hunched over, looking around. Maybe a different take than the last.
Than the austere.
Yes. Then we've got one more of our organics here. So this was the spiral-eyed character.
Even his eyebrows are spiraled. Mad Hatter.
Definitely Mad Hatter.
Which should have been like a clear crowd favorite. I mean, everybody loves the Mad Hatter in general.
Oh, there we go. So using the spiral brush there just to add a little more of that madness.
Oh, I dig it. I super dig it. So for a very underused brush, just in general production, I love how he's using it to create like the overall form language for his character. It's really cool. Like everything from eyeballs. Ooh, what actor does it kind of resemble?
Doc.
Yeah, Doc Brown, right?
Doc Brown.
Who has a real name, but
no.
But Back to the Future
Brown.
for life.
Or Rick and Morty. You can go that way too. Not quite in his pickle form, but you know.
No, not a pickle Rick, of course.
All right, so what time are we at now? We're gonna update this clock here quick. Let's see if we can do that quick. So let's see if we can get a overview of our Group 1 contestants here quick. We can go through the group of artists that are competing today. So since we are doing this in an anonymous fashion, we're not going to be naming the artists as we show any of their streams here. But we can go through and give you a rundown of the artists that are competing in Group 1. Get those.
So it's Marty Feldman is his name.
Ah, the correct name.
Thanks, chat.
Doc Brown.
Specifically, Dark Engrin.
I don't think we have that yet. All right, we are back. So we're going to jump over to our hard surface group again here quick.
Yes. I know somebody was really jonesing for some hard surface, and so here it is.
Here it is. We're going to get this camera right. It's going to happen. We're going to do it. Group 2 is going to be flawless. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be flawless. It's just me bashing buttons. Just boom, boom, boom. All right, so here's our 6th group of our hard surface guys here for this Group 1. Once again, we're having 2 groups today, so our Group 1 is happening now. And then that'll be over in, we're almost at the 2 hour mark. 2 hours left.
2 more hours.
And then our group 2 will start after that. So we'll take a 2 hour break after they're finished. This will allow the second group to come in, get their machines all set up and working how they like it. And then we'll go through another group of 12 contestants.
Do you work in default ZBrush setup?
I do.
I do
And
too.
most of this is because the the setups that I do, you know, you want to reach. I do a lot of training videos for people that may not have customized brushes, so you want to be able to find the stuff where I'm pointing to it. But it definitely it is easy to customize things inside of ZBrush. You can create your own things. We saw a few pop-up menus coming across and different things like that. A lot of different ways. A lot of hotkey setup.
Yeah, there's tons of ways to customize ZBrush, and every artist really sort of makes it work for them, especially hard surface. Like, I imagine their setup would be vastly different from what I use as far as like their favorite brushes. Yeah.
And one of the things that some of the contestants have here, since they were using the labs here, they didn't get their home. It's not their home setup, you know, it's not their studio setup, so they're kind of a little bit off, you know, tilt as well. We allowed them to bring in their customized UIs and things like that and hotkeys.
You guys are very kind and thoughtful.
But you know, it's still not quite like home, you know. So.
Nothing is ever. There's no place like home?
Yeah.
No, wait. Wrong movie.
Wrong movie. Wrong movie. She probably says I want to go home at some point.
Alice? Yeah, I think she does.
So let's go through some of these a little bit closer here.
Oh, if you are just joining us, the theme is Alice in Wonderland, Down the Rabbit Hole. So we'll have everything from Hatters to Cheshire Cats to Queen of Hearts. Very, very cool ideas already in progress.
And you guys just saw the blip that popped up there for the ZBrush Awards. That's when we will be announcing the winner of the Sculpt-Off competition. So we have 2 groups, the hard surface and the organic contestants. And they're both battling for the championship here. So we'll have 2 winners out of that, and they will be announced at the ZBrush Awards on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And after the group 2 goes today, you can vote for the winner of the Sculpt-Off competition, and the voting is all you guys. So your guys are the ones that are determining the winners of this event. So after this is done, you go to zbrushcentral.com and submit your vote there. Once again, we're keeping this anonymous this year, so we're not going to mention any of the artist names as you're seeing them model here. So we're going to try to focus purely on the artistic and the aspects that are created.
All about that art. I love how when we came to this screen, we were just seeing 2 little nuggets. And it turns out that he's creating this whole spine system leading up life support into the little skull.
Lots of little details, yeah.
I love it. I love how hard surface modelers think and approach a situation and
So these would be where I would put the glowy bits. You know, glowy bits.
Ooh, like careful glowy bit placement is very important.
That's the technical terminology.
So is nugget.
The glowy nuggets and the glowy bits.
Ah, this is really cool. Now I'm super curious what character has inspired this design.
Well, we definitely thought it was going to be rabbit earlier on, right? I mean that's where we went, right?
Because it's kind of like rabbit nose with like kind of a teeth.
But we had the ears in the back too.
Yeah.
And now we got whiskers, so there's some whisker aspects there.
I can't wait to talk to the artist afterwards and find out what is going on in your brain.
Yes. And we got the Robo Hatter. Definitely Mad Hatter.
Oh, certainly.
Do you think he's going to have a teacup on that plate?
I want him to have 10 teacups.
10 teacups.
New cup, move down.
Happy on birthday. Happy Mary on birthday. Is that the correct phrase?
It's a very happy Mary on birthday. Wait, nope.
Twitch, help us out.
Yeah, Twitch. Sing us the thing.
Sing us the thong. Sing us it. Someone.
Very Mary on birthday, right?
Yes. That sounds correct. Does sound correct. All right, so we got some crazy masking stuff here.
Ooh.
So we are almost at our 1 hour mark, right?
Yeah,
We're getting
we are
close.
nearly 1 hour in.
We're gonna link up our timers here. We do it correct and get this going.
Oh, are you?
Yes, I'm just gonna press this button whenever that clock is.
Cool.
A lot of curve manipulation here on the side, as we're seeing here. So if you ever want to know how to add or remove a point from a curve, you can just drag it off into space. So it's one of those things that's a little bit hidden gem on how the functionality works there. It's curve manipulation. And if you drag it off and drag it back on, it'll change the curve from either harsh edge or a soft curve. Little trick.
Super smart.
Especially when you're working on glowy bits.
Very important. Now, how long did you guys give the artists like an idea of what the concept was going to be?
So they got about a month. We gave them a month, pretty much.
Oh, that's stellar.
Yeah, so we've had meetings with them to tell them, all the stuff, and then they also had a chance to approve different brushes. So all the brushes that they would send in for us to approve, these would be like IMM brushes or brushes with alphas attached to them. And we'd go through it. Yes. So we wanted an even playing field for everyone.
Yes.
So we did an approval process with those. So we could approve those, and then any of the brushes that were approved, any of the contestants could use. So
did anybody not approve a brush?
There were a few. There were a few that maybe had to get dialed back a little bit.
Nice.
Keeping it even. So it's definitely.
Okay, what tool is he using to bend everything all
Oh, so this is a new item that's inside of Zbrush 4.8, and this is the deformers. So if you activate, well, first we got two. We got the Gizmo 3D, which is our manipulation tool inside of Zbrush 4.8 now.
Which is a nice little call out to traditional modeling packages.
Yes, exactly. And you can also, if you're still a fan of the transpose line, you can switch back and forth. You can use both of them. You're not restricted to just having one. Another really nice thing of the Gizmo 3D is it can be customized. So I know the creator of the damn standard brush may be talking about
customizing the snap out of everything?
Well, yeah, he may have his own customized Gizmo 3D that he may want to distribute as well. So if you like the damn standard brush, you just can imagine what the damn standard brush creators customized Gizmo 3D is going to be.
That's so cool.
So look for that. And his presentation will be Friday morning at 12. So he'll be our first presenter for Friday.
Stay tuned. And is that going to be one that's streamed, or do you have to be here in person?
It will be streamed. Yep. You can be here in person or streamed. So our event will be across. Today is the Sculpt-Off. This is just be streamed over only, so no public access for the Sculpt-Off today. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if you are in the LA area, you can come to the ZBrush Summit, and it is a free event, so you can get free access. And you can come right in and sit in the presentation room as our presenters are presenting.
Shake the hand of the damn standard brush.
Exactly. If it's not crowded, I assume there's going to be a mob. This is what I'm assuming.
Well, if there's going to be any place where you're going to have fans and excitement over a brush, it's going to be here at the ZBrush Summit.
This is true. This is true. A brush celebrity. That's right.
Oh, brush celeb.
Brush celeb. So yes, and that'll be Damien. Damien will be doing his presentation on Friday morning. He's the first one of the day, so we're getting him in there. Here we go. Here's our schedule. So we got Friday. Tune in at 12, and once again, it will be streamed on ZBrushLive.com. If you are in the LA area, you can also come out for free and attend live in person. And that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here's our schedule for Friday here. So we got a great lineup with great group of artists and also companies that are using ZBrush in their daily workflows. So you can come out and see what they're doing with it. So Funko, if you're interested in any of the Funko Pop figures, they'll be here. Yes. Yeah, Aaron Sims will do a lot of the concept work and work on various movies and films.
Nice.
So really high there. And then Guerrilla Games, which is another crazy, they won a lot of awards for their game.
Nice.
So they're going to be here too, showing the stuff for that. And then Saturday, we've got Chi. Chi will be presenting. He's one of our contestants for the Sculpt-Off here as well. Marvel Studios, Bungie, Dan Katcher, who's another one of our contestants here. Game of Thrones, Dragons.
Ooh,
that's Game of Thrones, Dragons. He's also doing a workshop.
Those are some good dragons.
He may still have some slots opened up for that. So if you're in LA as well, you can check to see if there's any workshops still free. You can sign up for those, and you could be in the class as Dan can walk you through creating the dragons for Game of Thrones. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a great credit to have under your belt.
Yes, because those things are amazing. No spoilers.
Yeah, we're trying
no
raw
spoilers.
hard to give you no spoilers.
No spoilers. But there are dragons. And then Sunday, We have another excellent lineup of stuff. So a lot of people will come to the event live on Friday and Saturday, and then someone will choose to stay in pajamas on Sunday and watch the stream.
I'm pro pajama.
Pro pajama.
Pro jamma.
Well, I'm wearing the bottoms of pajamas right now.
Well, no one has to know. You've got your professional Zbrush shirt on, which I need to collect mine soon. I'm
sure there's probably some faux pas for streaming with pajamas on.
I think everyone does.
All right, so we're going back to our little thing here. So once again, we only have like an hour and 55 minutes left for this contest.
Yeah, no pressure.
I have the wonderful Jessica Drew with me here today. And once again, the winners of this contest are fighting over this.
Oh yeah, we've got one belt
the upside down, right side up.
For hard surface.
And it's the Olympics of digital sculpting is what you're witnessing here today. So we have 2 groups of contestants. So we have 6, in each group we have 6 hard surface and 6 organic contestants. And they're competing to be the champion. And once again, the champion is determined by you guys, the community. So you are voting on the winners of this. So after this 3 hours, the contestants will submit a image. This image will be put on ZBrush Central to be voted on. And the voting will take place after the event, Group 2 goes today. And you guys will determine the winner of this. So here in the, let's do Weatherman. This right here, that's where you can go vote after the group. It'll be right there. And once again, the winner is picked by you guys, the community. So definitely go and vote for your favorite work. And once again, we're keeping this event anonymous today. So we're just going to try to focus on the work because we have a lot of big names, professional guys here competing in our Sculpt-Off.
Everybody here, I mean, posts on the ZBrush Central, or the ZBrush website, ZBrush Central, all the time. These are very sharing artists.
A lot of brushes have been distributed by these guys, a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of great stuff that these guys have done for the ZBrush community, and they're here, battling it out to be the champion for the 2017.
There's a lot of street cred with that title.
A lot of street cred. So we're gonna see if we can get a video here of the contestants and just go through those guys that are competing in Group 1 here. And we're back.
I got all distracted watching everybody's little principal pieces.
So we're going to hop over to the organic contestants again, just give you guys a overview of where all these 6 contestants for this group are currently at.
Yes.
So all sorts of different, oh man, Mad Hatter in that top has gone crazy. Look at all that stuff.
I love how he twisted and scrunched up the hat.
It's all those little details in there.
It is, devil's in the details. Like a finished character is not just an idea, but also the clever execution of all of the attention to all the different layers and levels of a character and the costume and what they're wearing.
The transitions.
Ooh, their pose.
Yes.
Because that can influence a whole feel.
You definitely got some fiber mesh happening in the bottom corner as well with the hair. So we were talking about that earlier.
Oh.
The hair generation.
Yeah, just a couple different ways to approach hair sculpting.
And then the swirly-eyed Mad Hatter there, he's getting a trucker's cap.
Baseball hat. I love how it's gone from baseball to trucker.
Well, I think it depends on the brim. Isn't that the distinguishing feature?
I am not well versed in caps.
Well, I'm not either, but so we'll just skip that conversation.
I like that he possibly is going to be wearing more than one. You know how you can have multiple flipped collars for being a bro?
Yes.
Multiple hats.
Yeah, let's go and take a little closer look at that real quick. Definitely multiple hat in it. Because he's mad.
Oh my goodness.
He is mad.
You know Thomas Middleditch from what is it? Meh, from a TV show.
Yes, I do. I can't picture it in my brain right now.
It's the Silicon Valley.
Okay, okay.
I'm a horrible person. This Mad Hatter is like every like funky actor. I love it. But it's good actually if people like can look at your piece of art and your character and find like familiarity and then apply their own personal perception on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Using that Gizmo 3D to reposition that hat there. Offsetting it, just giving it a little more life to the idea there. Let's go hop on to another one here.
We've got 3 hatters in this group.
We do have 3 hatters.
Oh, that's so cool. Twisty eyebrows, twisty hat.
So this looks like damn standard brush right there.
It is.
Definitely is.
No.
Yeah. Is it not?
Oh snap!
It is.
It's damn standard, but he's done a little.
So once again, Damien, the creator, will be doing a presentation, the first presentation for Friday for the ZBrush Summit here. Our brush celebrity. So I think that's that and one of the clay brushes are usually the most used brushes inside of ZBrush. The theme this year is down the rabbit hole. So the contestants had to pick a character from the Alice in Wonderland, and then with that they had to put their own little spin on it. So we had a group of organic and a group of hard surface contestants. So you do a hard surface character and an organic character.
He's using the Stitches brush all along the brim, like the top.
To just add that little detail.
I love it, because it's going to break up the speck.
Yes.
Final render's going to look real sick. I'm into this.
We got some teeth. So just the attention to details on these teeth here. Making sure the entire gum line is merging correctly into the sculpt.
It's so interesting as like an artist, like what you end up gravitating towards. It's like, oh, look at those teeth.
Look at those teeth.
Ignore the whole amazing, incredible character and just be like, oh, but that gum line.
It's a little thing. It is the devil's in the details, as you said. It can make and break.
It's true. But this is really beautiful. Well freaking done. I'm into this.
So I think still Cheshire Cat with this one.
Yes. Creepiest cat ever. But obviously, he spent some time studying cat anatomy and just, getting the skull and feel of the cat right, because it is very believable. Well,
yeah, it's back to you need to have something grounded, usually in reality, to let you connect to.
Yep.
That's why sculpting connected? Faces and people are so hard.
Because if you get it wrong, you get it wrong.
Yes, because everyone has an idea of what a person looks like. Yes.
Yeah.
But if you say, what about, ghost monster, yada yada, it could be anything.
A little bit more forgiving.
Yes.
I really know what cats look like, so
so you can just pick it out. You're like, that is not a cat. That is not.
No, I like this cat. This cat is good.
Here we have another Mad Hatter.
I love that they're taking their time to clothe these characters. Everything from...
the requirement. Please be clothed.
Well, they don't have to be. They could just be wearing pajama pants.
That's true. They could be wearing pajama pants.
But so he's obviously maybe masking and pulling, extracting stuff out, and then moving it around.
We did want to keep the stream kid friendly, though. It was, we want to make sure that, the characters
no
are clothed.
nudie hatters, please. But it is really exciting. I love that if you were to do something like this in just traditional poly modeling techniques, not nearly as powerful.
Well, it ends up being more technical than it does,
it's true.
Creative.
And this is just like, oh, I feel like I want to do kind of a thing. Swoop, swoop, extract it out. Oh, that's not quite the shape that I want. Noodle, noodle.
Just manipulating it too. And you see how much time, then, even with, just 3 hours, like the areas and aspects that they're hitting on. Because they have so little amount of time to complete this.
Yes.
What they're doing here is absolutely necessary in their minds.
Yeah.
Like they're not taking the time to do things that are not going to be seen or not going to be done. So
no, it's true. I feel like
streamlined and focused. So
this artist decided, you know, I really, really want to get this creepy character in line, and then recognizes that the costume, what the Hatter wears, is just as important to the character. So it's like, face, check. Costume, get it. Cravat, oh yeah. Right, it's going to be a cravat. Oh, is it going to be a tie?
Could be a bow tie.
I'm into it.
Sure. Maybe a teacup medallion.
See, you're like, oh, we could have a teacup tie pin.
You could. Maybe it's just the handle of the teacup. Maybe those are his earrings. So you can go all sorts of stuff here.
You can do anything you want.
Anything. All right, so we are currently at 1:45. So we're still counting down.
Yep. Just a little under 2 hours left.
A little under 2 hours. So we're going to go through the hard surface guys really quick, and then we are going to take a little bit of a break.
Yes.
And then we'll come back and join us. So let's go through all the hard surface guys, and we'll probably end up around halfway through, and then we'll stop for a commercial break and some other items, information on some other stuff.
The artists don't get a break, though.
No breaks for that. They can take them, but
well, I mean,
it's your 3 hours. It is your 3 hours. So we have the hard surface contestants here. You see where they all are at. Once again, the theme of the Sculpt-Off is down the rabbit holes. So each group, we have a group of 12 hard surface and 12 organic for the entire Sculpt-Off. We have them broken down into 2 groups. So 6 hard surface and 6 organic are currently sculpting right now. They have a time allocation of 3 hours start to finish, and we gave them a set of base meshes that they had to choose from. They had to send brushes in for approval, and then they need to start from one of those base meshes and complete a final image, which will be voted on at ZBrushCentral.com. And the theme was down the rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland. So really, really cool stuff you guys are witnessing here. And once again, this is the 3rd Sculpt-Off for the ZBrush Summit. And once again, we have Jessica Drew and myself here as your commentators. We are monitoring this all on our Twitch feeds and also Twitter. Everything that you can see this on, we are monitoring. So if you have any questions on anything you see, or would like any more information on ZBrush, definitely hit us up. Jessica is monitoring here too as well, so she can type things in.
Yeah, we have people dedicated to the chat, but I'm, you know, if you say something at me, I'll probably see it because that's a lot easier. But I actually think that the hard surface has the more creatively interesting angle on this particular challenge, because nothing in Alice in Wonderland is hard surface, so they sort of get to like decide how they're gonna mechanize.
It could also be harder though too.
Harder, because but more creative.
Yes.
Hard surface.
Hard surface.
Now, were the artists allowed to bring in their references or the ideas that they had developed over the last month?
Yes, so each of the artists, they also have a secondary monitor that they can pull from. And so they have a lot of reference images brought up. So a lot of them have done sketches or drawings. Some have brought in their iPads or tablets.
Nice.
So they've done a lot of, we gave them prep time for this. We gave them about a month in which they knew the theme of the contest, and they could devote to figuring out what they were going to sculpt. Because you only have 3 hours, so a lot of them have trained. It's basically, like as we were saying, it's the Olympic event for digital sculpting.
Well, like, sculpting is not necessarily the thing that's most time-consuming. Creative decision-making, I find, takes a lot of time. And if you're in it to win it, you want your idea to be completely set.
Fleshed out, exactly. Yeah. And then all you're doing at this stage is executing the idea.
Yeah, so you can't see the sculptor area right now, but I can, and everybody on their second monitor has a little something, either like anatomy or cool makeup concepts. One guy had a bunch of kitty cats. There's some really cool stuff on their second monitor, but right now we're just concentrating on the art that they make.
Yes, and we're also trying to refrain from you guys seeing what their final image is. So some of the people have prepped and they may have a render of what they're trying to reach because they've done it so many times.
Yeah.
And so they have that up as reference as well, but we're not going to be displaying that because we want to give the surprise.
Yeah, actually,
what is coming out of this?
I love watching work in progress stuff, actually. You know how embarrassing it is to like show work in progress? You're like, oh, it's not done, don't look at it too harshly. But I relish the opportunity to see how artists think and decide
and do
things.
this stuff, yeah. And it takes some of the, I don't know, it makes it obtainable in an aspect too.
I think so,
Because
yeah.
you see the process and you're, oh, he did this. That's how we got there. And that I think helps as well for just seeing how people think about things, as you were mentioning, and also like what these artists can do in 3 hours. So
This bunny though, I love those mech ears.
mech ears. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So we got a few more of these hard surface ones. We want to jump through here quick, and then we're going to take our little break. So we got a few more of these quick. I'm just going to hit these guys. So we have the rabbit here. So this is definitely looking like a card. We definitely got one of the card characters here.
Super inspired by the original cartoon from Disney. Down to like the oversized hands.
Yeah.
I actually really love the gesture of the hands and arms because he's
Just bulked out, yeah. Forming
he's
the
a
line,
bruiser.
yeah. Keeping the people. Alice, no going this way, Alice.
we're painting the ropes as red. That's just a great choice for a hard surface model. I really, really dig it.
And here we have some crazy finite detailing here. So doing some polygrouping and some Z-modeler brush to add some different elements to things. So this one's getting very technical on the parts here.
Ooh. But, I mean, hard surface, right? That's their jam.
Yeah.
This is like such a clever way of creating a cat. If they reveal everything of their character,
Seen here, yeah.
the ears aren't out, they're in. So you get this beautiful little triangle divot
Of
in.
where the ear is.
Yeah, so it's like a cat. You tell that it's a cat, but it's
So we're
not.
thinking Cheshire Cat too on this one?
I think so. I mean, that's what I was seeing when I was looking at it.
Using the gizmo and also the lot of Z-modeler brush usage for this
Oh, yeah.
contestant here. Manipulating the shape, setting up all these creasing. So once again, using dynamic subdivision and creasing, which is another great
Having
thing.
your hard edges preserved when you're exporting from Maya or Max
Oh, yes.
and into ZBrush is awesome.
And you can do that through the FBX exporter. That will allow you to send an FBX file back and forth and retain all that creasing. It's a handy thing. Used to be a lot of dividing back in the day, divide it up and then reconstruct. Now you can just hold the creases and let ZBrush do the work for you.
It's really cool. Just another reason not to model in another program.
Oh, look at this one. We got a timepiece that's being generated here. A little bit of a clock.
Oh, White Rabbit.
White rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
And the contestants were allowed to bring in any custom alphas they had. So this detail here was, if I was to generate, it would have been generated with an alpha map probably.
Oh, yeah.
Masked out and then done a little inflate.
Or a little deformation, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it.
Engrave that in there.
And obviously, this is like, they were allowed to bring in kind of like a highly detailed map, but it doesn't make or break the character. Like, it's not, it's allowing them to have that nice level of detail.
Yes.
It's a really smart way to do it.
And I think we got one more here we're going to hit to quick, and then we're going to take our little break. So we're going to hit back to the Mad Hatter here. Oh, he's pouring tea into his head.
I love it. I hope it comes spewing out his mouth. Like, whoop.
Or dripping, just a little bit of dribble. It's like the Tin Man Mad Hatter.
Gosh, I love it.
So once again, you guys are watching the ZBrush Sculpt-Off for the ZBrush Summit 2017. This is the live Sculpt-Off. The theme this year was Down the Rabbit Hole. So the contestants had to select a character from Alice in Wonderland and then create their own interpretation of that character. So the hard surface group had to create a hard surface variant, and then the organic created an organic character. The contestants were only given 3 hours from start to finish on these. They all started from pretty much basic primitives.
Yes.
And we are about halfway through now, so we are going to cut to a quick little break here. We're going to get some different notes from our sponsors and also a few ads here of some of the information involving the rest of the ZBrush Summit that is happening over the next 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So me and Jessica will be back, so stay tuned.
Yep, See you guys in a
for
little bit.
more live Sculpt-Off.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to ZBrush 4R8. This is Madeline Scott Spencer for the Gnomon Workshop, and I'll be your instructor for this video series. It's my intention with this tutorial series that you can go from being a basic ZBrush user with little to no experience to a full intermediate user. We're going to talk about the foundations of ZBrush and all the tools and techniques available to you within the program. If it's in there and it's a tool that's commonly used, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sculpting with Dynamesh. We're going to talk about importing meshes and texture painting. We'll talk about UV mapping and generating displacement maps for rendering outside the program. We'll talk about animation, 3D printing. We'll even talk about rendering passes to Photoshop for concept painting, and much, much more.
Hello guys, my name is Animac and I'm from the UK, and what I like to do is create ZBrush tutorials and time-lapses for my YouTube channel. Just type in DannyMac3D and you'll find loads of videos related to what I love creating, which is stylized female characters. If you want to join me live, head over to ZBrushLive.com, where I essentially do the same thing, except it's a bit more chilled and obviously a lot more interactive. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Pavlovich here in Austin, Texas. You can catch me on Twitch TV under the handle PavMike, as well as on ZBrushLive.com, where we cover a huge number of ZBrush techniques. So come join the fun.
Hi there, my name is Shane Olson, and I currently live in the USA in the state of Utah. Over on Twitch, my handle is Shane Olson Art. I'm currently an online instructor at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And before that, I worked at Disney Interactive as a digital sculptor on Disney Infinity. And if you come and join me over on the Pixelogic channel, I love to show you guys how I create these stylized characters. I love to hang out, chat, and answer any questions you guys have. So feel free to join me over at ZBrushLive.com. See you there!
Hi, I'm Shay and I'm a character artist in London. On my Twitch channel I work on my personal projects where I demonstrate how to make characters for games, from the high poly to the in-game models. You can find me at Unicorn Dev on Twitch, and I hope to see you on ZBrush Live.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to ZBrush 4R8. This is Madeline Scott Spencer for the Gnomon Workshop, and I'll be your instructor for this video series. It's my intention with this tutorial series that you can go from being a basic ZBrush user with little to no experience to a full intermediate user. We're going to talk about the foundations of ZBrush and all the tools and techniques available to you within the program. If it's in there and it's a tool that's commonly used, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sculpting with Dynamesh. We're going to talk about importing meshes and texture painting. We'll talk about UV mapping and generating displacement maps for rendering outside the program. We'll talk about animation, 3D printing. We'll even talk about rendering passes to Photoshop for concept painting, and much, much more.
Hello guys, my name is Animat and I'm from the UK, and what I like to do is create ZBrush tutorials and time lapses for my YouTube channel. Just type in Danimat 3D and you'll find loads of videos related to what I love creating, which is stylized female characters. If you want to join me live, head over to zbrushlive.com, where I essentially do the same thing, except it's a bit more chilled and obviously a lot more interactive. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Pavlovich here in Austin, Texas. You can catch me on Twitch TV under the handle PavMike, as well as on ZbrushLive.com, where we cover a huge number of ZBrush techniques. So come join the fun.
Hi there, my name is Shane Olson, and I currently live in the USA and the state of Utah. Over on Twitch, my handle is Shane Olson Art. I'm currently an online instructor at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And before that, I worked at Disney Interactive as a digital sculptor on Disney Infinity. And if you come and join me over on the Pixelogic channel, I love to show you guys how I create these stylized characters. I love to hang out, chat, and answer any questions you guys have. So feel free to join me over at zbrushlive.com. See you there!
Hi, I'm Shay and I'm a character artist in London. On my Twitch channel I work on my personal projects where I demonstrate how to make characters for games, from the high poly to the in-game models. You can find me at Unicorn Dev on Twitch, and I hope to see you on ZBrush Live.
We are back!
I got my sweet uniform.
We did. We transferred over. So now she says ZBrush Live too, so we match.
Yeah, they actually got my size.
Well, you didn't bring the Ouija board shirt for me. That's the problem. If you would have brought me the shirt, we could have matched.
It'll just be like ZBrush, ZBrush, ZBrush. So like the ghosts are like, I can only communicate in sculpture.
It would be an interesting technique to have to, like a dual ZBrush setup. So one person is controlling something, the other person is controlling something, and you're battling to see what happens. That might be a good idea for the next Sculpt-Off.
Like a team sculpt?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how, you know, we can do it through Twitch. Twitch does Sculpt-Off.
Oh my gosh, that could be really cool. Actually, I think it would be cool to combine powers. So like you get buddied up with another person. So you got your organic guy and your hard surface guy, and then they have to combine their powers and coordinate like a production
style. Captain Planet
with their powers combined, they'll make badass stuff.
So we have less than an hour and a half left for our contest today.
Yeah.
You're tuning in to the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off for the 2017 ZBrush Summit. We have two groups. Each group has 12 artists that are split between organic and hard surface. and they are currently battling for the title of ZBrush champions. We have a champion of the hard surface and a champion for the organic side as well. And so they're battling for these nice belts. They actually get to keep the belts. The belts go home with them.
Yes.
And then we also have some great prizes from our sponsors that are allowing us to make this Sculpt-Off happen, and Nomen as well for the use of their classroom space here. So we're
all their computers, their IT support.
Everything. They've been very generous to allow us to be here and use their machines. And these are all top-notch machines. We had a question earlier about
like what
kind of systems they were. And so they have 64 gigs of RAM is the requirement there. And I think we're running at least 12 cores on all of them. So lots of processing power here.
Yeah, ZBrush is a RAM sort of program. The more RAM, the
RAM
better.
and CPU. So it could. It's all looking at your hardware, so you can put whatever graphics card you want in there. And still
graphics, schmaffics.
Yeah. So here's a list of our sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Form Labs.
And Moonray.
Keyshot.
And Wacom.
And of course, thank you again to Nomen for allowing us to use your facilities here for this event. So currently we're witnessing the 12 contestants for this Group 1, and they have a little bit less than an hour and a half left. We're getting down to almost the hour mark, so we're going to start seeing cool stuff.
So based on your delineation of work, you think that the sculpt should be like 99% the way
That's what I'd say, yeah. If I was in this, I'd have to get there. So here are our first group of 6 here for the organic side. And this is where they've been progressing, so since we came back took our break and then came back, this is where they're all at now.
Look at the little bunny!
It's a tiny bunny.
I'm into this.
So tiny.
And color. Oh yeah, no, you were right.
Yeah, so we're getting pretty close. We're down to the hour deadline. So yeah, I'd say probably about an hour they're going to be starting to do their finaling. So we should be getting pretty close to the end of the sculpting, I'd say.
So for those of you that are just now joining us, the theme is Alice in Wonderland Down the Rabbit Hole. And we're seeing characters from the organic side, everything from the Queen of Hearts to Mad Hatters to the Cheshire Cat, the creepiest Cheshire Cat ever. We're seeing like a really nice variety of characters.
There is. And there's definitely some, you can tell the different qualities of this stuff too. It's very interesting. At least the different artistic qualities of it. Like in how each person is handling, approaching the contest requirements. So we have the Cheshire Cat here with all the crazy teeth. This is the one that the artist came in and just established his eyes really quick right off the bat. Just established where it was going. And once again, we are keeping this anonymous this year, so we won't be talking about which artist is doing this. Actually, we've been kind of in an anonymous area as ourselves, so we just are getting the streams of all the feeds, and we're looking at those, and we're not really seeing any of the artists as they're working here. So
yeah, so it's a surprise to us too until we stand up.
Yes.
But we haven't.
No. And once again, these will go, we have 2 groups today, so this group will end in a little over an hour. And then group 2, we'll take a 2-hour break after that, and then group 2 will come in, and then after group 2 is done, you'll be able to vote on who the winner will be, and the voting is determined by you guys, the community, and that'll be done at zbrushcentral.com. So we're just going to go through some of these organic guys here, just see where they all are in an enlarged view here. See all the little micro details and things. So we got some skin pores.
Oh, that's nice, because the hats are usually like either beaver skin with like the fur, or they could be leather. I feel like he's going for like a leather.
It's definitely got like a gremlin or a
yeah, I would not buy a hat from this hatter.
Leprechaun hatter.
Oh, I like that.
Where's me charms? But it was a bow tie.
Very nice. You called it. Just wonderful looking treatment of the cloth, along with the seams up at the shoulder and everything. This is going to be a great bust.
And once again, this is under 2 hours for this stage here, from starting from nothing. So really crazy progress that these guys are putting in here. Let's head on to the next one here. So this one we're already going through, and we got got some crazy stitching going on here.
He's like a biker hatter.
Biker hatter. Oh man, and the hair. Look at the crazy hair.
Oh yeah.
So like
nice
ecstatic.
little cravat. I love this detailing phase. These brushes are so much fun, and I've made a couple myself, like just to handle sort of like seams on stuff. Yeah, I'm into it. I also like that he's separated out the body from the arms, from the lapels, from the head, so that way he can just like super easy
isolate it, and go through, and then you can just focus on what you're focusing on and not need to have everything in the scene. It is very handy.
It's very smart with the time limit.
Yes, and you notice a lot of these guys too, they're shuffling through very limited amount of brushes. So it's kind of like, you know, as would as a sculptor, like you have like your few tools that you always go to, and those are the ones you use, and then you just use them to create the assets. So. But this one's got a lot of personality on this one too.
Oh yeah. Like you can feel his ears flapping in the wind.
My tea! So let's hop over to another one here. This is one of our Queen of Hearts, I think, as well. This might have been the one that had the rabbit that was generated too.
Oh yeah. So when you saw earlier, there was like a little tiny hard surface rabbit. It was from this artist, so we're going to see what they're going to do.
I think it was. There's the rabbit there. We got some necklaces, some jewelry coming in and being established on that side.
All the hair.
All the hair.
Oh snap, they made one of the hats a Zbrush hat. I have that hat.
He's gotten sporty now.
He's like a bro hatter.
Zbrush bro hatter.
He's really good at beer pong.
Well, we got some surface noise happening too, so.
Ooh.
There's two types of noise you can load inside of ZBrush, and you can actually blend them together as well. So you've got the default noise, and then you can use a noisemaker noise, or even append or open a depth map or a height map and load that in as well. So he's going to go in and get the,
Oh, he's going to make it look like embroidery.
Embroidery.
Clever.
So using the surface noise to your advantage.
No, that's really smart.
It is really smart.
It's got like kind of like the wicker look underneath.
That's right. He's going to bake that into, and they can refine it after it's done. Interesting techniques.
Nah, I like that we're seeing the full gamut of tools.
Yes, and just the different usages of things. Here we got another Queen of Hearts here.
Those neck ruffs are extremely dumb to make in real life. I like this digital version far, far better.
So do you have to like iron them? Like how would you do it in real life?
So there's wire, and then you have to meticulously fold everything the exact right. I'm not a precise person. I'm very organic. I call it organic. So that way your mistakes are totally intentional.
That's right. It's natural.
You have to be extremely
Human
precise.
Yeah.
And I like how in digital you just kind of grab up, grab down. You're like, done.
And he's starting to establish the colors there. See, I'm thinking a lot of them are trying to get to this area. This is like probably the comfort zone. Like you want to have your material set, you want to have all your modeling done, and now you're just doing the refinement for everything there.
The last little noodles. Now I wonder how many folks have their camera already sort of decided like what direction, or if they're going to see what best exemplifies their character for this.
It'll be interesting to see.
Very.
So let's hop back over to the one that had the hair quick, because I jumped right when the hair showed up. I just switched over.
It's a great use of fiber mesh.
It is. There's a little rabbit. It's like a little origami rabbit.
Clever.
I like this.
So clever.
It's pretty cool. And all the fiber details.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
That is really beautiful.
All right, so let's see what our time is here. We're gonna go back to us here, and we'll show you guys again what the belts look like here. Oh, we just jumped straight through. All right, so here we go. We'll show you belts in a minute. You didn't want to see those anyway.
Yeah, hard
You've seen
surface
them before.
though.
You want to see the people sculpting here. So here we have the hard surface contestants. And here we have all the guys here. So this is where they are at. So once again, our 6 hard surface contestants for this group. Once again, the topic for the contest this year is Down the Rabbit Hole. So the contestants had to pick a character from Alice in Wonderland, and they have a total of 3 hours to create from a base mesh, which is literally a primitive. Most of them were spheres.
I
They
really
kept
love
it very
when-
low this year.
Yep.
And then they have to submit a final image, which will be voted on ZBrushCentral.com. And after the second group goes this evening, that voting will open up, and you'll be able to choose the winner. And it's community chosen, so you
How long
guys
do they
are
have to
voting.
vote?
They have till the awards, so that will be.
Oh, so all the way till
I think it's
Saturday
the
night.
awards. I believe so. I'm totally wrong, more than likely.
Well, pay attention to the website to find out
Yes.
how long you have to vote, where to vote, all
ask,
the votes.
ask in Twitch. Ask
Vote.
ask on your channels. It appears we may be having some technical difficulties.
Just a little bit, but we got a whole team of folks on it.
Readying it up. We're going to continue talking anyway, because that's what we do. So we have the mech suit again. So I'm not sure. I was definitely with you with the rabbit aspect, but now I'm not so sure. Because we're not really getting the mimic of the.
What if it's the Queen of Hearts, but it's like the most terrifying ever possible version of the Queen of Hearts?
Could be. I like the cushions. Like
Yeah,
the
'cause,
kind
like,
of soft padding in
It's
there.
a luxury.
It
It's
is
a luxury
luxury.
skull.
Is it heart-shaped? I wonder if the mech is heart-shaped.
With a little
Yeah.
face.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah.
we might have thought were ears could be a
Be
heart.
hearts. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a very interesting take. So IMM usage through there. We have another one. This is the rabbit.
That rabbit is just like such a refined version of hard surface modeling for this. Rabbit's got armor. This rabbit is not going to run away.
No. Glowy bits. More glowy
Yeah?
bits.
Yeah?
I totally glowy bit. I'd probably Iron Man it. He'd have a cavity in his chest and it would be glowing.
Oh, it'd be like Iron Man, but his clock.
Oh, that would have been awesome. I like it.
I really dig what everybody's up to today.
We're almost at that hour mark too. Checking the stream here.
Well, it seems like it's working, but it's just not for us.
We're gonna do a little F5ing on our end so we can get the stream back up over here.
Oh yeah, okay, good.
Okay, we're good.
I was worried. What the?
So here we have the Mad Hatter again that's pouring the coffee. I hope it's.
lost
You think
an
it's
eye.
tea? You think it's tea? No, it's
It's
gotta be
always
tea.
tea.
I want it to be coffee though.
You have an addiction.
I would have broken. I would have not followed the rules probably. Mad Hatter doesn't drink coffee.
Well, I mean, he could be drinking whatever he wants. It could be bourbon.
He is mad.
Oh no, it's oil because he's a robot.
Uh-huh.
Hey. Gosh,
This one's
I
really
love
clever
it.
too. Yeah. Just the silhouettes on it as well. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you see what the final image looks like on that one.
Oh yeah. Well, like, as far as like characterization and like, I don't know, cartoon, I dig it.
Here we have what we think is going to be one of the cards.
Definitely.
And the artist here, he's using the transpose all selected subtools function.
Oh.
So what this allows you to do is that you can activate this mode on the Gizmo 3D. It's a little, looks like a pile of pizza boxes right now. And with it active, you can then transpose, using the Gizmo 3D, multiple subtools. So he can adjust
Oh, nice.
all of the ones that are...
So he's posing right now.
he is posing, that's what I'm thinking here. And using this, so you can use the Control+Shift keys to isolate the different parts, and it's going to give you this interlaced effect if the items will not be manipulated with this option active. And then any items that are not in that interlaced quality will allow you to transpose. So the head there looks like it consists of at least 3 different parts.
Yep.
And he's now manipulating those 3 different subtools with the Gizmo 3D. So this is really, really handy for
yeah.
manipulating and posing stuff. And I like how he's got the paintbrush and the bucket too.
Yes, it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool.
It's a clever idea.
It is very clever. And what she said, yeah, it does have that homage to the homage.
Homage.
Homage. Let's get the correct.
I don't ever say that word out loud. I just read it.
To the original version of the stuff. And let's hop in and see none of our hard surface contestants here.
So some folks in the chat were thinking that this was definitely the caterpillar.
Oh, because it does have the segments.
Yeah. If it's the caterpillar, it means that I'm super stoked because that was the character I wanted to see out of the sculpt. And if somebody did one, I'm into it. And
yeah, I wonder how
very
many.
Happy.
Yeah, because we have not. Because we've got Hatters, we've got Cheshire Cat, we've got a rabbit, the card, and then Alice. No dodos.
Aw.
Yet.
What about like the twins?
The twins, yeah. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Can you imagine? Because then you could sculpt one and then duplicate it and then just pose
just
them
mirror it.
differently. Yeah. I shouldn't give any of our future contestants an idea.
That's right.
I
Well,
don't
I'm
think
pretty sure
anybody was
they're already prepped and planned
Yes.
and well on their way to be doing what they're doing. It's too late now. You're in the 11th hour.
I really want everybody to print their sculpts. Like, that would make me so beyond happy.
Well, we did have one of the Sculpt-Offs we had was a 3D print.
Oh, that's right. That was one of the first ones.
That was one of the first ones, yep. And it was the contestants were required. We only gave them an hour. It was something ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And then we 3D printed them. So.
I would be so sad because of all the things that I want to print, to have the thing that you make in an hour be what's printed.
Well, the print was judged too, so that's what you were judged on your print
God
and the
damn.
image. It was both together.
I bet you we could have somebody go like super abstract art, and it's just like a swoopy with a swirly brush, and it's like, oh, it's gorgeous.
The total artistic approach. So once again, we are live from the Gnomon campuses here in LA, and you are watching the Zbrush Sculpt-Off for live Sculpt-Off for 2017. We have a full event cycle planned for the next 3 days as well. So the Sculpt-Off is today, and then tomorrow, starting at 12, we have the Zbrush Summit, which will be open to the public. So if you're in the LA area, you can come out and witness it live in person. We'll also be streaming all the events as well across the world, just like we're doing with the Sculpt-Off today at zbrushlive.com. Here's our schedule for the events for these days as well. You can see we have a great lineup of terrific artists and also companies that will be presenting how they use ZBrush in various ways. So we have toy creation, we have movies, we have film and game, all sorts of stuff. And if you're on site as well in the LA area and you're planning on attending the summit here, we also have workshops that are happening, and there may still be some seats left for those. So if you are interested in attending a workshop, which are also taught by some of our presenters here and also some of the contestants in the Sculpt-Off, there may be some seats left for those. You can go to the zbrushsummit.com and check out that information. And then you can actually come to the summit, watch the presentations, and then even potentially get into one of the workshops.
There's so much going on here this weekend. This is such a great event because there are very few like conventions that are just about art, just about sculpting, just about artists making cool stuff.
And this one's all ZBrush too. So
I love
if you use ZBrush, and tons of people and tons of artists can come out and meet them and talk to them and figure out how they do their things inside the program. So we have 12 contestants today, and they're fighting for the championship belts. So we have a championship belt for the hard surface and also for the organic. So 12 on each side, 24 total. And we're breaking this up into two groups. This is group one now, and then group two will be in the afternoon. Me and Jessica will return for that. The voting for this is done by you guys, the community. And after group two finishes, you'll be able to cast your vote on the winners for the hard surface and organic at zbrushcentral.com. And it's going to be anonymous this year, so we're not naming any of the artists as we're showing you guys these screens. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsors here quick. So we have a wonderful group of sponsors that have helped us get up and donated us equipment and the space such as Gnomon to allow us to have this event for the Sculpt-Off. So we want to give a shout out to them. So we want to thank
Formlabs. They're doing great work.
All the printers, the Moonray as well. Keyshot. Wacom. And then, of course, Nomen for allowing us to use their facilities for our event. And once again, if you're in LA, the events happening tomorrow, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, are open to the public. So you can come out, and it's a free event. You can show up, or you can just stay home, sit on your couch in your pajamas, and watch it. We're also monitoring our chat channels on the event here. So Jessica here, she can reply. We also have a whole group of people that are looking at these. So if you have any questions about anything you're seeing or anything like that, just hit us up and we'll answer those. So we have about an hour left for this group. So we're getting very close down to the nitty-gritty of this. And once again, they started with pretty much nothing. They've sculpted for 3 hours, and then their final asset they're handing off is a completed image, which you guys will be voting on ZBrushCentral.com. So let's get back to our groups here. Let's check and see where the organic guys are and how they're faring. So this is an hour left into the competition. So we're starting to see the character progression on all these.
I love how he's texturing the cat.
With the spotlight function inside of ZBrush there.
Yep, he's taking also the most adorable and beautiful speckled kitty cat and applying it to his monster.
We got another Mad Hatter. So both Mad Hatters have signs on the hat.
Well, that's true to the original character.
There's a third Mad Hatter. So we do have three. We have 3 Mad Hatters, a Cheshire Cat in this one, an Alice, and 2 Alices.
No, 2 Queen of Hearts.
Oh, 2 Queen of Hearts, sorry.
No, he's on his first cup of coffee today.
That's right. I did get coffee though at the break.
So they want to know when they can get an Insert Joseph brush.
Do you want one?
Just like come out your screen and like do stuff
that's
for
the
you.
real question. I don't know if anyone really wants one. It'd probably be one of those turn-off things. It's like, oh, ZBrush has got this brush now. It's awful.
It's like you're like the paper clip for
I pop
Microsoft
up.
Word.
It's just everybody despises.
It looks like you're making a Cheshire Cat.
It sounded like a really good idea, but it
I
just
actually
didn't
really
work
liked
out.
it, but I was the right age group for the paper clip, you know?
Oh, it looks like you're making a hat.
It looks like... Oh, I love it.
So we got the close-up of the cat here, using the spotlight to come through and texture it.
Hey, quick bang for his buck.
We got cat mouth on the arm. Cat mouth.
See, he's solving it.
He is solving it. All right, so let's hop over to another one of our organic guys here. Oh, we're adding just a little bit of wear to the hat here.
Ooh.
So definitely filling in, starting, any of the ones that are doing texture treatment are now hitting those up now, so you can see the progression of the skin values and stuff on this character is starting to come into play. Just manually tweaking the wear.
But really quickly, like
Yes.
just enough so that it reads interesting. I didn't realize this artist had such good handwriting.
No, not like mine that you saw earlier.
Joseph's K's and R's look exactly the same.
It's the same letter.
Totally.
It just covers up how bad I spell.
It's like the doctor technique.
That's right.
If you can't read
If you
it.
can't read it, it's okay. So here we have our bro hatter. Is that a trash bag? You think it's a trash bag around his neck? Like if it was one of those, like, just the bag, like the grocery
Well, it could
bag.
be a scarf.
It could be a scarf.
Like, you know, there's that real bro scarf phase that happened like a couple years ago. No, I actually really like him. I think that the humor in this character is so cool, and I don't know, I respond to it because it's so character.
Is he going to get party in the back here?
Business in the front, except those eyebrows are not at all business. It's party in the brows, party in the back, party on top. This guy's a fun time.
Oh, yeah, he's getting the swirls too.
Of course. It's like,
This is good. I like it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to use the swirl brush a lot more.
well, you do have your workshop this weekend.
Oh, no workshop for me.
Oh, presentation then.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, then you can.
I
put
could
out
swirl
some
it up. Yeah, just swirl it up. We're
Just
gonna
a little swirl. A little
whatever we
homage.
do, we're just swirling. swirl it up.
But sometimes just like letting a brush like that do something will give you like a really cool idea that you may not have otherwise
You see
had.
a shape, and then you can develop more stuff off of it. But I'm pretty sure all these guys here, the amount of practice they've done.
No, you're right.
They probably know exactly where they want that swirl to happen.
He's like, precisely 20 degrees to the left, and
They got the grid laid out, like on their screen, you know.
that'd be so cool.
You know what you can do with the Wacom Cintiqs, which is interesting, like, you know, drafting wise,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
draft right on the thing. Like
Yeah, you can set up your perspective lines and all of that. I've seen
you put
it.
out the French curves, and then just you actually use them on the Cintiqs. Like you have your traditional
I
drafting
love
methods
that.
right
That's
on
why
there.
I use a Cintiq. A lot of the guys that I work with much prefer their tablets
I've been
Nah.
converted. I've been converted. It was scary at first, and then I got converted over.
because you can't see through your hand.
I can't see through. No, actually, that doesn't bother me that much. I play too many video games to have that bother me. But it is nice having it large, and I think I draw better
Oh yeah.
on paper than I do digitally, so it helps a little. All right, so let's keep going through our organic group here. We have the other Queen of Hearts, more surface noise. So this is a great way to establish details really quick. So just taking patterns and stuff and just applying them. I'm waiting for the pose on this one. There's got to be a pose.
I super hope so. I love it. That's actually one of the reasons I love my animators at work, because my characters always, you know, simple, basic T-pose and all this stuff, and they bring so much more to it by giving it an action or a pose or a gesture.
Just something.
I
yes.
love it.
I love those
All
sleeves.
the detail on this, well done. Great use of like noise and color and ruffles. That hairbrush, I'm gonna play with that at home tonight.
It's a good one to do. And I think you did too as well, like as you were talking about, like building it up first, and then once you have that surface, you can then draw that
Yeah,
hairbrush
you
out
just
and
lay
then
it
just paint
down.
around it. Yeah. So you have almost like an infill for it, and then add the assets on top of it
Very intelligently done in 3 hours.
in 3 hours. And that's kind of like Mystique with the wireframes there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this one looks crazy too. Oh, he just
Yes,
went. He
buttons!
just went solo. Hold on, let's see if he comes back.
Well, I was hoping he'd add buttons, but I didn't want to like pressure,
No pressure.
at all.
No pressure.
You know, like if there's no buttons, I'm still cool. But I'm glad.
Oh, we'll have to come back. He's in solo. He's in solo. We'll hit this one up.
Our second Queen of Hearts.
So she's got the origami bunny on the side. I like the style of this one.
Yep. Really smart.
And adding more jewelry.
Very hard to find that sort of, it's usually used in bridal stuff, like these crowns, these headpieces. Really hard to hunt down on the internet. I think I've looked.
Well, then you could probably find ones like that are, you know, the museum quality or whatever, and they're like, what are you going to do with it? I'm going to jump in a pool.
Of course. I'm going to wear it everywhere. I'm going to wear it at my desk. You know, actually taking something beautiful like this and turning it into the headphones that you wear at work is so what I'm into.
There's a market for that.
I think so.
I think there
right?
is. Yeah.
I mean,
You
there's
could
the little
definitely-
cat
Oh,
headphones,
yeah.
so why not take it,
No, that's a good
you know,
idea. I
Queen
like
of
that
Hearts
idea.
style. I love it. I love what they're doing. It's great style.
Here we go. Here's your buttons. Oh, this dude's
Ah,
great too.
look at all the work he did in the vest. Yeah. Well done.
That's pretty awesome.
I like that he's just showing it off for us. I mean, he's actually evaluating and deciding what he wants to do.
But it looks like he's showing it off for us.
But he is.
Once again, we're just under an hour now. So this was 2 hours right here.
2 hours in this.
And this is the result of those 2
Yeah.
hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, some productions, like, the shortest time that they can get a character done is like a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this we were talking about, I think, in the last ones where, well, now you're going to go back to work, and now your boss is going to be like, I just saw you do that in
like 3
hours. Yeah, you're saying this is going to take what? 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm not buying this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not buying this
They're
anymore.
like, we anticipate a higher production output from you from now on.
It's like, I've seen what you can do. I've got a recording of it right here. Don't give me that.
Well, nothing beats artistic freedom, though, right?
That's true. As if your 6-year-old comes and tells you art direction.
I like my art directors. They help me achieve new things. But it does make it take longer. That's all.
It does, sometimes. It depends how fast you can alliterate. And then if you get them the assets early on, it sometimes helps.
Yeah.
Let them see the stuff in-game before the final's done.
It's like, hey, check this out.
Give it to the animators early. I like his teeth.
Ooh, give him some sass.
He's got the turn in, we got the bow tie. So he's doing all the posing right now at the lowest subdivision. So
Because he's smart.
probably Z-remeshed it or something to get the topology there. Now this is allowing him to make broad scale changes.
Best part about ZBrush, you can just drop it down to the lowest level, noodle things, and still preserve all your high level detail.
That's another thing with the Dynamesh functionality as well. A lot of people will Dynamesh up to the highest, but in general, you just need Dynamesh to establish your base form and silhouette. And then after that, you can just apply traditional subdivisions on top of it to get your resolution.
Yes.
And then it still gives you that freedom, like you're saying, where you can drop down the lowest and make
Oh, yeah.
broad scale changes.
I need me that low level.
So he uses the he just used the Transpose Master for that. So he did his pose and then did it quickly with Transpose Master and then transferred it back to his mesh, and now he's getting all his details that he sculpted in updated.
I really enjoy the frog skin-like texture that he applied.
Yes.
This is super creepy.
It is super creepy.
Alice is totally going to trust this guy to tell her where to go. He's the most trustworthy of Mad Hatters.
All right, so let's hop over to our time here again.
Yes.
So once again, we're under an hour,
Yep.
so we're at 49 minutes. So at 2 o'clock, this is done. So I
Yeah,
think our
no
time's
pressure.
almost lining up perfectly, but we're getting closer to this. At 2 o'clock, we will be done with this group. So we're going to go through the ones here and kind of lead you out to the end of this. So we should be down to the final here where they're coming through. Jessica's monitoring the Twitch channel as well, so hit us up with questions or anything you have and we can reply to those. Or if anything you're like, I really want to see that again, we can definitely make that happen for you guys. Once again, we are coming from the Gnomon campus here in LA, and we're thankful for Gnomon to allow us to use their facilities. They're wonderful facilities. Every time I come here, makes me want to go back to school.
You know, I love learning so much. I take classes all the time, like constantly. Right now I'm taking Japanese, but I always take like sculpting classes. And I actually really want to come back up to Gnomon and take another digital class and something. I don't know what yet.
Well, they have a whole VR lab here too, which is pretty awesome.
I think I am allergic to VR. I get, never mind. Let's not talk about that.
All right, so we're gonna hop over to our hard surface guys again, and the 6 of them, and see where they are at. Once again, we're down to the under an hour now for this group here. The contest today, the theme is down the rabbit hole. So the contestants were given a they need to take a character from Alice in Wonderland and put their own spin on it. So either do it as an organic character or a hard surface character, depending on which division they are in. They had a total of 3 hours from start to finish, and their final asset will be an image, which will be voted on by you guys, the community, at zbrushcentral.com. And this will go, the voting will happen after Group 2 finishes this evening. So you guys will be able to vote on that and decide who is the winner of this contest. We're also keeping it anonymous this year, so just focus purely on the art because we have a lot of extreme talent here, and their names are quite well known.
No, it's true, and also we have so much talent, and maybe they aren't as well known, and we wouldn't want somebody who's like super famous for being a badass to have more weight in the voting process than somebody who's just talented and new.
Yes, and it's all, we're trying to get all based on the art this time from start to finish, and the focus is on that and the final image that these people create. Are wonderful contestants we have here.
Super into this.
So this is where they're at here. After we go through these hard surface 2, we'll run the video of showing who we have here today for our Group 1. So let's just first go through and cycle through these guys quick. So I'm just going to go make these a little bit bigger so we can see what they're doing here. So I don't know if it's Queen of Hearts.
I think it's the Queen of Hearts.
You think it's Queen of Hearts?
I think it's the most evil mech Terminator Overlord Queen of Hearts. The artist will tell us afterwards. Did they get a title then?
No.
Oh, okay. Because like every other letter is their name.
Yes. You have the hieroglyphics in there, and it's like, what's that? No, that was one of the restrictions as well. No visual identifiers of their personas or persons.
It is really cool. Okay, so pretend you're Alice. Obviously apocalyptic.
What was
End
Alice
world
doing when she
future.
fell asleep? What was she watching the night before when she was out in the garden falling asleep? She was watching Mad Max.
No, really though, right?
She was road warrioring it up, and then she was like, "It's time for your studies, Alice," and then she fell asleep. That rabbit hole must have been like
This
awful.
is the wrong rabbit hole. This
was
is
the wrong rabbit
terrifying. It's really cool and evil.
I'm gonna go back to another mechanoid rabbit here as well. Doing some insetting with some shoulder pads here.
Ooh.
Very clean design
Yeah.
there. It's almost like an egg shape.
So this is that really cool mech rabbit that's got the
With the
swoopy
ears,
face and the
yeah.
bent robot ears. I'm impressed that they're still making more assets.
for it now.
Yeah.
You think that's a good
They're
sign?
not-
Do you think they're
I
panicking?
actually really trust these artists to know what they want to do, know what they want to achieve. The design is really stellar, like already. So the fact that they're adding more, I'm in it. I believe in you.
Get those shoulder pads knocked out. I like the designs on
Oh, I
them.
bet you it's going to be kind of like a clear or something. Or they're going to shrink it down. One of the
Shrink it
two.
down. I think they're gonna shrink it down. I'm gonna go shrinking down.
But that sort of like screw inset that they did right there, stupid hard to do traditionally.
Oh yes.
It was
Anything with
just
the
a little
crazy
mask
angles,
here.
Yeah. Especially curved surface with a cylinder intersection.
Yeah, I actually don't use booleans in Max at all, but
Yeah.
but like here, it's probably because they work here. No big deal.
The working aspect usually a big deal.
Okay, previous Alice, Matrix Alice,
Oh.
right? Yeah. I was
Could be-
actually just
could be
watching The
Matrix
Matrix
Alice.
recently. It holds up.
So here we're back to the robotic Mad Hatter, the one that
Oh,
was
yeah.
pulling the coffee. Oh, we're getting some coloring in here.
Nice.
I'm liking it.
It's a milk tea.
Milk tea.
Now I want a milk tea.
It's pretty awesome.
Do you think he's setting up
A cup.
the shader stuff?
Yes, so it does. It does look like he's up here that he's getting his materials set. Probably gonna do some BPR rendering in here to get that final image.
Ooh.
So looks like all ZBrush is gonna be on this one for the rendering
Yeah.
and everything. Should be pretty good.
Challenge accepted.
See where we're going next. Let's go back to this one here. So this one's getting crazy. Crazy designs. This was the potential caterpillar.
Yeah, I think that the internet was right on this one, that it is a caterpillar.
Use caterpillar.
I was kind of into it if it was like a really abstract Cheshire.
Uh-huh,
Because it had the little like,
The little the cat
Ear-shaped
ears, yeah,
bits.
yeah.
but it could be a cat, a pillar.
Oh, both together, combined. Captain Planet, Captain Planet. Lots of grouping and switching stuff around and moving on this one here. Yeah, I'm liking the caterpillar aspect. More details.
God damn.
Oh, these are the feet. The feet. Or they're probably the technical term. The feet.
Dude.
It's pretty awesome. Let's see how that one
We are
finished.
such smart artists. Clever.
All right, so let's give a rundown on the artists that are competing here. I'll just show you guys, since we're not keeping it anonymous and not naming them as we're showing their work, we can just give you a quick look at who is competing in this group. And we're back.
Welcome back.
You're always over here just doing this.
I'm always checking the
Twitch.
The Twitch stream and the chat. Yeah.
And then it's like, Jessica.
We're back on.
What? Oh, okay.
Hi.
So we're down to the last 40-ish so minutes. 40 minutes left. Yeah. It's correct. So we're down to the end here of our live Sculpt-Off competition for Group 1. So fear not, we have more of this happening today as well. So after this Group 1 completes in that 40 minutes, we will then take a little break, and then we'll be back because we got to give a little bit of time in between the two groups for the next group to come in, set up their brushes and computers. We've gone through and pretty much made sure that everyone gets a nice, clear starting point, and they can customize things and have their setup as much to their liking. So
and if any of the computers are having problems or anything like that, we'll make sure that's here. We want the most advantageous start for every single artist.
Yes, exactly. Even playing field for everybody.
Yeah.
And also another thing with those is some of the brushes here that people are using, some of the IMMs that may be custom. We did have an approval process for those as well, that they had to submit these brushes to us and get them approved. And then after they were approved, any of the contestants in the competition could use any of these brushes. So we gave like a brush pool for all those. And so a lot of good stuff there that the artists submitted on that. So we're gonna go back through and just look at the organic guys again here quick and just get a feel for where they're at. Now in my sense here, they should be starting to get to the rendering side of things. So yes, we have a few of them that are now transitioning.
Oh yeah.
And starting to either set up their renders with BPR inside of ZBrush, starting to use the ZBrush to Keyshot bridge to send them over to Keyshot as well.
Do you spend a lot of time in Keyshot at all?
So it depends. It depends
on what you're doing.
Yep, what I'm doing. I do like the various elements of both things. So you can see they're all getting ready to start prepping for those different things. Finish up those things, getting those scenes, getting those poses.
Yeah. I really like seeing what everybody has determined is the most important for these last 40 minutes. Like, what's that last little bit of detail that you super need?
Super need, yeah.
Oh, posing the cat.
The cat's getting posed. So let's go and zoom in on some of these here. We can go check out the posing for the cat. I like it.
I super am into this cat.
It's like the house cat version of the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what every cat, they're always trying to eat your face at night.
Also, if they did a live version of Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, this cat. He super wants to eat your face.
He does. They want to need your stomach and eat your face.
I don't think you need ears anymore.
They look tasty. Tasty morsels.
Ah, wicked. And really well done. Like, all of that effort into the anatomy. And
just the expression in the pose, too, is very nice. Like, the slight side to it. Like, it's like how they just lay there and look at you. Is it time to eat? Is it time to eat? Are we ready?
He's the Hannibal Lecter of Cheshire Cats. Hello, Clarice. Alice. Ooh.
We've got some rendering happening here. One of them.
Figuring out exactly what materials. And then all of his painted data transfers over into this just fine, right?
Yes, so you'd be able to transfer all that over and then just apply different materials to those. Nice. Looks like he's adding some secondary effects as well.
Some of that glow?
Some of that glow. Glowy bits. Glowy bits. Prepping the render too.
Nice. Now, was there a dimension?
Yes, there are dimensions for this, so at a specific size they need to render things out, or at least render and then crop to. This just allows us to frame them a little bit better on ZBrush Central. So very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. It's very nice.
All of the work with like the color and the character and the detail, it's all standing out really, really well.
So using the transpose all selected subtools again, he's doing the posing with it now. So
yay!
He's going through and just finding, getting that angle and stuff fleshed out. Should be very cool. So creepy.
I'm so captivated. I'm not saying anything because I'm just like, what's he gonna do?
What's he gonna do? Let's hop over to our Queen of Hearts.
Yes, that pose is brilliant.
It's almost got like it's got like the Princess Leia pose. It's like
Help
Princess
me,
Leia.
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Well, I don't know if it's the I'd say more as the stronger kind of
Yes.
heroine, not the help me.
I
But
love the
I'm gonna go
color
save
study on
these.
this.
Yeah,
Just all the red, blues, and golds. Really, really
it's
works.
very nice.
Yes, save everything.
This is where the bro hatter is at now.
Oh, he's even got a gold tooth.
So I think this artist is starting to transition, set up his scenes. So they each have 2 monitors here.
Oh, that's true. So if there's no action happening on this monitor, chances are they're on their second
They're working
monitor.
on that secondary screen there. Maybe figuring out what their reference is doing, looking at different items.
And
This
our
one I like a
second
lot,
Queen
too.
of Hearts. Yep.
Yeah.
The pose is wonderfully dynamic. I'm very interested to see what kind of lighting setup they use.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's harder to light women characters than it is men because like a really harsh light
It's
can
bad.
bring out
Yeah,
some
it's true.
unanticipated details.
All right, so let's hop back to us here. So once
Oh,
again, surprise. So welcome back to the, well, once again, you're watching the live Sculpt-Offs here.
Down to 30 minutes, or well, 34.
34 minutes. So we're at the final stretch here. We're coming to you live from the Nomen campus here in LA. And we have 30 minutes left, around 30 minutes left,
Yep.
for this 3-hour competition for Group 1.
I feel like all of our contestants are in a really good spot.
I think
like,
so. I think they're all going
a
to
good
finish
chunk are already
out.
transitioning into rendering stuff, and that means they're going to really spend time noodling in those lights and
Yep,
stuff.
yep. So I think
Yeah.
we're getting there. Once again, if you're streaming this all over, so you can tune into this on any of our channels.
Mm-hmm.
We're monitoring the streams as well. So if you have any questions on anything you see or you like, it's like, I want to see that one again, you know, bring it up in the chat, and we can definitely see if we can take that into consideration and show you guys that stuff there. Once again, if you guys are tuning in at zbrushlive.com, which are the shirts that me and Jessica are wearing, we have a channel set up on Twitch, and we also have podcasts and other things, and they're all funneled into zbrushlive.com. So you can log into that site there, and you can watch all sorts of ZBrush stuff
Yeah.
every single day. And we have
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on. So at any time, even if you're at work, you know, like you got a second monitor popping up, see
what I
who's
do.
streaming, and you can go in there and chat with any of our streamers we have on Twitch. You can listen to the podcast we've been doing. So all sorts of stuff to get information on ZBrush, how ZBrush is used, and little tips and tricks and bits here and there. So all sorts of ways to get information and things like that. Paul and I also do some segments on there as well, so tune into those. All right, so let's hop over to our hard service guys and see where they are at. So once again, we're at the final 30 minutes of the competition here for Group 1. So this stage, I expect pretty much most of them to be starting to do their setup and final rendering for their stuff, because they probably want at least 10 to 15 minutes
Yeah.
to final tweak that image, play with the lighting, do anything they need to
Oh, yeah.
saving it out.
Adding
So
those
also-
glow things,
Yes,
different
glow bits.
surfaces. I'm definitely like more of a procrastinator. I would spend all of my time sculpting if I had any option. So I get where these guys are coming from. They're like, I just want to get this last detail in.
It's like, running out of time, running out of time. Look at the precise masking in that bottom corner too.
Oh yeah.
Just going and adding different details on that. Still got a lot of posing happening. And so some of them as well may be posing, so you see the screen where they're posing here, and then as they're posing, they're using the ZBrush to Keyshot bridge to send it over to Keyshot, and then checking it there, and then going back, making modifications, and sending it back as well. So
Yeah, really smart.
a lot of different things there. I really like that. Oh man, it's got dripping paint on the one with the paintbrush too now.
Yes.
So let's zoom into a few of these here and see where these guys are going. If I can figure this out here. There we go. So you still think Queen of Hearts on this one?
I do. Yes. It's got heart shapes. It's very regal.
Mm-hmm.
It's evil as fuck. Oh, cool. I really want to see what they would prefer to focus on for this character.
It's definitely going to be the skull. There's a lot of time in the skull.
Mm-hmm. But I love this whole like spine with the bits.
Mm-hmm. This is where it's fun to play with the camera angles too, because you get different like perspective changes, which can sometimes allow you to focus on area as well.
Oh, can you change your, you know how you can have like a 30 millimeter lens, stuff like
you
that?
set all the FOVs and stuff, yeah, for sure. And just give you that little bit more distortion or far distortion. Everything I do, I always play with that and then spend way too much time playing.
Oh look, they're doing it right now for us.
Yep, and just take some of that perspective out or add it back in. Camera tricks.
That's really cool.
Camera tricks. Can we go back to our rabbit here? With the ears.
Such fine detail.
I'm interested to see if he has, looks like he may have all these broken out into different parts so he can easily access. I like the clock in the stomach. See the timepiece there? It's just an abstract
that's so
time.
clever.
That's pretty awesome.
I didn't notice that before.
That's what he was doing with the shoulder pads too.
Oh.
It's like mimic, they all have two, so it's like a time. You know, it's like the second hand and the hour hand. It's an interesting design to mimic.
Yeah, what a great way of taking a character and its fundamental like
what it is,
reason.
and then just adding it to the. It's very, very cool.
Smart artists. Smartists.
Smartists. Go back to our robot here. So I think this one as well has been sent over for the rendering. So in this last 20 so minutes here, getting those renders finalized out. The artists have to have this completely done by the time we're done here. So we'll probably shout out to them here in a second of the time frame that's coming up or approaching.
Do you want to give them like a 15-minute?
Yeah, we'll probably do
call
15, yeah.
Because I don't want to stress them. Like 30 minutes you can do a lot, but 15 minutes is like...
It's like time to get this going.
Yeah. Psychologically, 15 minutes I think is kinder.
I agree. Oh, we got the card labels are now on the
nice.
this character here.
I bet you he's going to apply
ace.
like different materials and stuff. Gosh, that gizmo.
Move stuff around, manipulate it. Love the hands on this one too. So this was one of the rabbits. We didn't see this collar.
Oh yeah, this is... All right, take a deep look at this.
Because we saw some of the
character.
armor being made earlier on.
But now we're seeing everything unhidden.
Oh man, it's
What
like
a sneaky reveal.
clown. Nightmare fuel.
Are you scared of rabbits?
Clowns. I don't know, it's disliked. Clowns are creepy.
So he is applying different light sources to different just primitive
Models,
spheres
yeah,
and
spheres,
stuff.
and then using the lighting off those.
That is one of the best ways to get like just really beautiful lighting. I watched a whole lighting talk for Benjamin Button, and a lot of their digital lights were pictures of lights applied as HDRIs to physical geo.
Wow.
And I'm super into that. And I love that it's being used here just to create that like very soft surface versus just like a pin light.
I think he's going to hop back to here, ZBrush here.
Oh.
There he is. Yeah, so there's, okay, so that's the, I see. So that was the sculpt there. Yeah, we missed the creation of the what do you call the bunching? What would you call that?
The collar?
The collar.
The ruffled? The
Ruffled
ruff.
collar.
I think it's a ruff. Yeah, it's a ruff.
It's a ruff. Ah, there's centipede. Caterpillar.
There you go. I just looked at Joseph.
You did just look
fixed
at
it.
me. She was like, you are, no, why are you calling this a centipede? Really nice.
Oh yeah, get that glow.
Glowy bits.
And like a smart division of like polygroups and objects in this allows them to just drag and drop different materials and create
Yes.
like a really nice play on dark metal and maybe
different
shiny
color
metal.
schemes. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. I like I can see it being alive and moving around.
Yeah.
It's very cool. All right, so we're gonna go back to our time thing here. So once again, we are at the Nomen campus here, and you're watching the live Sculpt-Off for the ZBrush Summit this year. And this is our third one Jessica and I have done together. So thank you guys for tuning in to this. We're down to the last 25 minutes, so we're almost done with this group.
Yeah.
And then after this, we'll take a 2-hour break, and then we'll be back for the second group of contestants, so another 12 stellar group of artists that will be out here. And they'll stellar artists, not a group of stellar, 12, you got it.
They could all be celestial.
They could be. Well, I like that.
Yeah. Some amazing artists to follow up after a short break here. And we've got just 25 minutes left for these guys.
So let's go check out the organic ones now.
Yeah, let's look at this art.
And these are where the organic guys are at.
Oh yeah, getting their final poses and frames in, really.
Making it work. So oftentimes if you see no movement on their screens here, they're probably on their second monitors. So we did give them 2 monitors here. And the second monitor they could use for reference, putting up their images they had, any sort of inspiration, things like that. And then the primary one, which is the one that's going to be streamed for you guys to see. You can see all the different variations that these guys are doing now. So they're all pretty much in their posing and image creation now. Once again, the Sculpt-Off here, we'll have the 2 groups, and then after those are completed, you'll be able to cast your vote on the winner. So we will have a hard surface champion and an organic champion. So 12 competitors for hard surface and 12 competitors for organic. Yep. And they're all competing to be the champion. And you guys, the community, are the ones that will be voting on this. So
the winner is up to you.
It is you guys are deciding the winner of this competition. And so after the group 2 is finished and the images are collected, we will be putting a post on ZBrush Central where you can go vote. Yep. And you can choose the image that you like the best.
And I believe you'll have at least until tomorrow afternoon to vote.
Yes.
So, in the very least, you will have 24 hours to vote on this stuff. I saw somebody kind of concerned. It's 3 a.m. their time. Thanks for staying up late with us and watching these amazing artists create.
A very, very talented group of people we have here today, too.
I love the diverse take on the same idea. This Wonderland theme is really turning out.
So many different variables here. All right, so let's zoom in on some of these here. We'll just come in. I'm going to hit the ones that are, do a little more movement here. All right, so let's go this one first. This one's getting close to probably the end. You're doing your final updates and your quick image tweaks here.
Nice.
Crazy Hatter. So crazy.
He's happy though. Like that's very core to his character. He's crazy, but he's in it.
Let's go hop over to our 1 Queen of Hearts here.
Oh, how cool!
Just getting bedazzled.
Oh my god, what material is that?
That's just
metal
reflected
01.
material, yeah, metal 01 with
so
a certain color. It's a very,
I've never
very
used
nice
that, and now I'm kicking
aspect
myself.
there. Yeah, that looks really cool. The little ornate details.
No, I love the details. Even the ruff has freaking lacy bits to it. Dang. Dang.
I like the little offset on the finger too, like it's a little crooked.
Yeah, just like a little swoop.
It's because the ring's so heavy.
She has to. Dang it. But like, even took the time to give her fingernails. I don't even have fingernails. I mean,
None.
They're short.
None, they're gone.
Really short. I climb.
The nub hands.
Yeah, you still climb, right?
I do. I've been far and few. I did go some this summer, so
nice.
I did put my art director son into a climbing camp. So
nice.
We climbed walls, and I climbed during that time frame. I'm well out of shape though. I need to start doing it again. They need to move a gym closer to where I'm at. Is the correct answer for that.
Or you could 3D print your own holds.
I thought about that.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I have one
Just
friend.
like a mech wall?
I have one friend named Ty Shelton. And we've got some ideas. We've got some good ideas for that. I've been trying to get him to do it for a while. So.
Yeah. We need, Zbrush to break into that.
Well, he was doing them. He had a bunch, so he was printing out.
That's so cool.
We've had a few conversations back and forth on when are we doing this? Right, so I gotta make sure we're on the right channels here. I'm messing stuff up. So we have one of our hard surface guys here. I like the paint.
Our nice ace of clubs, getting stuff done. He's working hard
Doing
for
some
that
work.
queen.
He is. Very cool, very cool. I think I totally jumped from the organic to the hard surface, so we're gonna jump back. We're going back in time.
It's all good.
Because that's what we go. That's how we do.
Yeah, you just misclicked. It's all right.
And then let's cycle through these guys now. Now we're getting back into it here. So here we have our leprechaun.
Our leprechaun hatter.
I like the details in this, and especially the hair, like just the little fibers coming off the
Yeah,
ears.
he was just doing that hair, like masking it out and setting it up.
Making
It's a great
it
way to,
work
like,
to his
really-
advantage here. And here we have our other Queen of Hearts here. Getting that final shot established.
I love all the work that they put into the jewelry and everything. It's really paying off right now. Gosh, that makeup looks cool too.
Yeah. So definitely down to the last 20 minutes here.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So do we have any other hits here for the organic side? So we have the cat. So we're doing some pass rendering, it looks like here.
Ooh.
And I saw fibers on this cat too.
Oh yeah, is he a little bit fuzzy?
I think he's a little bit fuzzy.
Nice.
We'll see after this render completes, you'll see the fibers pop in.
The anticipation.
Wait for it. Wait for it. We're getting to the final 20 minutes.
The countdown's like 2 minutes on that one. Do you want to switch to?
Yeah, let's hop over to see what we got here. I'm just gonna hit up the Bro Hatter one more time.
He makes me so happy.
The twisty eyes.
That's like such a clever idea. Twisty brows, twisty hair, twisty eyes. Look into my eyes. And the Zbrush hat, like,
Just slanted sideways off to the
times
side.
10. This guy's got a great sense of humor.
All right, so thank you all for watching us here today for the live Sculpt-Off. Once again, we are coming from the Nomen campus here.
Yep.
We'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors because we're getting down to the last 15 minutes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when we get the last 15 minutes, we're gonna have to just go focus on what the guys are doing and shift through that really quick because we're almost at the end. We're gonna give them a warning here, about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So thank you to our sponsors. I want to thank Formlabs.
And Moonray.
Keyshot.
And Wacom.
And of course, Nomen as well for allowing us to use their facilities for hosting this event and also our workshops and our presentations.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys are in the LA area, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will have the Zbrush Summit here, and it is open to the public. So if you live,
Come join us.
Yeah, come join us. We're at the Nomen campus here.
If you're in driving distance, and it starts at noon.
At noon,
So I
you should be able to
you're
make
not
it.
going to be
You should
in
be able to
that
make it.
horrible
Take
traffic.
the day off from work.
Yeah.
Head on out.
Yeah, this is like work. You're going to learn so much. You're
It
gonna
is.
Come
It's
back to work
definitely.
and work harder.
I think your employer could write it off.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's free. It costs them nothing.
They definitely can write it off then.
So there's our schedule for the next 3 days coming up. And once again, you can catch all this live at zbrushlive.com. We'll be monitoring the Twitch channels and our stream channels as well. So if you have any questions or anything about anything you've seen, definitely hit us up and we'll be happy to try to get those questions answered to you guys. So this is almost the end of Group 1 here for the live Sculpt-Off. After Group 2 goes this afternoon, you'll be able to vote on the winning, whatever image you think should win on ZBrushCentral.com. And it'll be an anonymous voting scenario, so you're focusing on the art and pick the piece that calls for you. A lot of good art.
Yep.
Once again, all the pieces you're seeing here today, the artists were given only 3 hours from start to finish, and they basically started from a sphere.
Yeah, almost everybody started from a sphere. We had one guy who started from a skull, but obviously it wasn't the whole character, was just that skull. It's everything else. So you've been seeing
a lot of magic.
Everything.
Magic.
And it's all tools that are really available in ZBrush for everybody at home.
So do you want to ring the bell for the 15 minutes left?
Okay, it's going to be really loud. I'm going to do it far away from my mic. All right, so
ready?
we have, 15 minutes.
15 minutes left. 15 minutes.
I do like that bell.
I
think I need one at my desk. Like when I have something go wrong, I'm like, no!
Ring the bell. Jessica, no.
My IT guys would hate me. We have a gong at work. So when we finish an entire shot, like when it's all done, everything, they ring a gong. And so when a project is really, really ending, it's just like gong, gong, gong. I love it.
All right, so here we go. Here's the final 6 for the last 15 minutes for the hard surface.
Totally Queen of Hearts. It's all red.
I like it. And we're to the end of this here. Let's quickly go through our contestants one more time, and we'll just show you guys the contestants that are competing in this first group. Since we are renaming or keeping this anonymous,
yes,
we make sure that we don't call out any of the artists as they're competing in this, but we have a little video here we've thrown together to show you who is competing in this event. And so we'll get that queued up here so you guys can see those people that are competing, because we're at the last 15 minutes here.
Yeah,
the last 15.
Down to the wire, and they all know it.
Yes, they all know it.
Someone wants to see her, just to make sure that he recovers.
All right, we're back.
Yes.
12 minutes out. So we had requests to see some of the organic guys again quick,
yes.
So we're going to hop over there really quick and see those guys. And there they are, down to the final area there. So this is where they're at. We're almost at the end here. So a lot of them doing passes or just the final cleanups of the asset here. Mm-hmm. So we have that Queen of Hearts with the crazy ring.
Yep. So though the file kind of blurped, not really. All of our artists have been saving regularly, so.
Save, save, save.
Mm-hmm. What the?
We're making spirals, spiral graph.
What's better than one Queen of Hearts?
Multiple Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
A deck of Queen of Hearts.
A deck of just Queen of Hearts.
It's like the Joker.
Is this your card? Yes.
We have one of the other Queen of Heart here. Mm-hmm. So getting the final render for that one there. Making it happen.
Really great.
So getting down to the end. We have our Cheshire Cat. So doing the final passes, adding some whiskers, it appears.
Nice.
Get some specularity on the gum lines.
Ooh, smart. And you're right, all the fiber mesh everywhere.
Yeah, and the fiber mesh will take the color of that mask or that painting he did underneath too, which is helpful. So you can populate from the color that the fibers are actually growing out of.
Oh my goodness.
And then it'll
that
fill
is
the color
really
to it.
smart. It's
Yes.
like ZBrush was thinking.
You may want to do that. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit easier than painting on the hair. So you just
Oh
paint
my-
the surface and then grow the hair.
That's so smart.
So. We got our bro hatter. So we're probably in the rendering stages now. So this is probably the point where you set it up and you just let it sit. And you wait and you hope.
Not stressful at all.
Not stressful in the last 10 minutes. No, it's totally stressful.
10 minutes. Some guys have like, you know, clocks, their own countdowns. We're hearing a couple cell phones go off of everybody who's
Just
you know.
at that point,
Yep.
yes. Another one here, just getting the layers and do some compositing here quick. Getting things tweaked, changed out. Let's hop on over to the hard surface guys quick.
Oh yeah.
Get to see us for a second. And here we have all the 6 hard surface. At the final end here, down the last 9 minutes.
Yeah, I actually feel it. Like it's a little bit of tension
Yes.
in this last 9 minutes.
We have another hour.
I know, right?
We're being requested for another hour. Request is denied.
Super denied.
So this is the ends.
Oh yeah, everybody's deciding their shots, their final angles and pose and materials. Some beautiful creations.
This is panic mode. Panic mode.
Yeah. Mild panic. They came in prepared. These guys hit the ground running like totally.
Straight into it.
Yep.
Once again, you're watching the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off for the ZBrush Summit. And we are at the Nomen campus here. The contest theme this year was Down the Rabbit Hole.
And we've got a nice smattering of rabbits.
Yes. So the idea was that the contestants had to recreate a character from Alice in Wonderland with their own twist.
And one character is all twists.
Yes, all twists. Not just some twists, all twists.
Move that window out. Oh, dang it. I feel like our night rabbit, the one that's the rabbit in the armor, was always isolating their work and just working on one thing at a time. So I think I may be seeing the final character when everybody else is seeing the final character.
Yes.
I've had no advantage. I want this rabbit to be my alarm clock.
That rabbit's pretty awesome. I like it.
And that way
I like its
I
digital
just
clock works too, because it has the digital clock on the stomach.
And you get your glowy bits.
You do get your glowy bits.
Life is coming up roses for you.
Here's some good pass updating too, so just rendering out multiple passes and then just using layer masks to blend them out. It's a great way to quickly work on your concepting.
Oh yeah, this is a really smart technique for everybody who's trying to do this stuff, you know,
Yes.
freelance in their
Yes,
real
it's
time.
very fast, and it gives an excellent result too.
Yeah, because if, you know, your art director's like, oh, what if we change
Change
the
the
blue
color of
bits to
this.
be,
Yeah.
you can super easy do that.
Or I want less blue bits here. We have our
Our
I like the
resident
eyeball.
Robo Hatter.
Robo Hatter.
Robo Hatter, ba-boing.
Down to 7 minutes now.
No big deal.
Let's hop back over to the organic side, see what those guys are up to.
We didn't take a pause on the caterpillar,
We did for Bench.
did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Just looking out for our viewers.
That's right. Here's our organic side. So they're finishing it up on that second monitor too, finishing out those renders over there. I think one of them is done. I think one of them is completed.
Ah, he's like stretching his hands.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's packing up. Look
Total
at that.
pros.
6 minutes to spare. He's one of our Mad Hatters. Calling it done.
Nice.
I like it. Just like, done.
Yeah.
Done. Done.
Well, there is a point where if you can feel confident that you've like
Got
nailed it,
everything, yeah.
yeah.
And just make sure you're ready, you're prepped, nothing's gonna go wrong. Add some more elements to the cat here.
I like it because it's just like a little bit of extra love.
The common house cat, Cheshire Cat. Do more layer blending on this one too.
Oh, so cool.
So gremlinly. Hey. Queen of Hearts. We're down to the final 5 minutes. I like the ring. The ring definitely.
No, it's like such a perfect moment in this character. And he achieved it so fast.
3 hours.
Just like sculpted a thing, and I bet you he just like reduced it down just to get that like beautiful faceting. So smart.
We have our Bro Hatter getting finalized on that second monitor for sure.
I love his like 5 o'clock shadow.
And here we have our other Queen of Hearts there. I like this one turned out really nice. I like the balance in the background too, with it just being stark contrast with the white.
Yeah.
Like blending into the arm a little bit.
Yeah. Super smart composition.
Very nice. Man, so much good stuff. Let's head over to the hard surface stuff quick.
There's image restrictions on this?
And there we go there. These are the final hard surface ones, so they're finishing up their images as well. Saving everything out and getting those final assets.
Ooh, he's like aging up the bunny.
Let's go, see if we can get a little closer on that.
Really
Down to
cool.
3 minutes now.
Time is tight.
It's
That's
looking
really
cool.
cool. Oh, and the filigree on the skull and the back of the head.
3 hours for these, and we're down to the last 3 minutes. So this was starting from basically nothing.
Gosh, I love it. I love seeing all this. Yeah, everybody was starting from either a sphere or just like one of the generic
Primitives
people
inside of ZBrush,
that
yeah.
are in ZBrush,
Yep.
or just a skull and everything else was just created from hand. This is some really astounding work in such a short amount of time.
I like the clock eye too. It's really, really nice. There we have the card.
The super dejected little card.
He's been put to painting. No more guarding for him. And the rabbit, the digital rabbit.
It's really cool.
It's a tough one. There's so many good ones. And this is only group 1.
I know. Gosh, I'm so
don't know
excited for
what-
this afternoon.
Yeah. So once again, after Group 2 finishes this evening, you'll be able to vote for the winner of the Sculpt-Off here, and you'll be able to vote for a organic and a hard surface champion. And this will be done at zbrushcentral.com. That'll be after the second group goes this evening. So we're down to the last 2 minutes. 2 minutes out. And then we'll ring this bell, and at that time, it's pens down. So everything's got to stop.
Oh
You
yeah.
have to have this image saved out and done, because then we're just going to go by and collect the image. So no more time.
Yep.
So down to the final.
Oh, it's down to the last.
We're almost down to the last minute.
Yeah, the the whack-em pens down.
The whack-em pens are down.
Pressure.
So we're almost at the end.
Yeah, it is
1:40.
real, and they're feeling it.
They are feeling it. So we're almost at the end. Thank you guys for tuning in to the live Sculpt-Off
Yeah,
here.
seriously, thank you.
We're going to go pretty quick probably for these last ones here. So just giving you a shout out quick of what we're going to do here. And you'll probably see us flicker back and forth a few times. We'll give you the overlays of the 6 so you
Yeah,
guys can
like,
see
check out
just
all
the
6.
finalization of that. And there's probably going to be a lot of screaming and yelling and whatever, bell ringing.
Last minute frustration.
Yeah. So we're almost there. Down to the final minute.
1 minute.
All right, so let's go back to here's the organics. This is where all the organic guys are at. So close. There's some high-fiving happening. High-fiving. 59 seconds. Let's go check on the hard surface ones quick.
All the artists are getting up and
We have
stretching.
some people sighing for relief here.
Yeah, that was some intense 3 hours.
It was some intense hours.
Just like the last little bit of.
It's almost there.
Just cropping the thing. Yeah.
All right, 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 7, 6, 25, 24, 23.
Most of the artists are already up and stretching.
Yeah, they're done.
They
They're
achieved
done.
what they wanted to.
You just get to witness us in the countdown. Once again, it's for the belts. Thank you, Noman. Thank you, Formlabs. Thank you, Moonray, Keyshot, Wacom.
Yes.
For the sponsors for this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning into the first group. We will be back in 2 hours, so 4 p.m.
Yep.
We will start up again here, and Jessica and I will be back. And we'll go through the next group of our wonderful contestants for the Zbrush Sculpt-Off.
Yep. 6 more organic and 6 more hard surface.
And the topic again was down the rabbit hole, so they had to recreate a character from Alice in Wonderland. So 1 hard surface and 1 organic. So we're going to roll you out here with some different items here. And then make sure you guys tune back in. Go get some lunch. Go grab a hour nap, something.
Or sculpt something in the next 2 hours and show
it. Yeah, post it up. Maybe you want to do, take those 2 hours and sculpt your version of a Alice in Wonderland character.
Also,
this is one of our contestants here. You want to give a quick shout out?
I just want to quiero agradecer a mi madre porque su cumpleaños fue ayer y te quiero mucho, mamá.
Happy birthday!
So all sorts of stuff happening here today. So stay tuned. We'll get the schedules up and then also some other items to say out and come back.
Yes. Join us again.
4 p.m. PST.
12 more artists.
So thank you all.
Thanks.
Feel good?